launching. The dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
I think this speaks a lot to everything that everyone has known about you who's listened to this show for a long time. It tells so much, right? Where it's like, do you like cartoons? Like, no, it's fake, and they're goofing around. Like, get real people having real problems. And it's like, what about the Harlem Globetrotters? Like, they're having fun. Stop it.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach?
No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak. And I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room.
Stop breathing. It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
It is Wildcard Wednesday. We have to do this because I have a computer in front of me that has just stopped working. Thank you,
there you
man.
go, Bodie. That works.
But I have no control over anything. I'm looking at Midnight on the Ocean on my monitors here. Nothing.
Yeah, and if you're saying, well, restart your computer, we did that.
Oh, I just got something now.
What happened?
Just popped up.
What happened?
Let's see if I can get in. Now I got to put 19 passwords. Because God forbid we should be able to get into the system that plays automated farts without a password.
Well, there's no other way to do this. We have to have it logged in. We have to have all the sound ready to go before the show, not during the show, but because you're a slacker and couldn't get it logged in.
No, it's not because of that, idiot. Oh, yeah, it wasn't working for me either. I just forgot to tell you.
Yeah, we do have that occasionally that happens.
Hold on, let me try it.
Hey!
All right, it's going to be a show today.
Bodie just gave the thumbs up of like, thank God I don't have to do this all show. He can go play his sounds, and Bodie doesn't have to do that.
Bodeman keeps getting the short straw. Teddy's off on Wednesday. Bodie looks at the schedule and says, Jesus, these guys again. My God. All right, on campus, all the news and notes you need coming up at 4:48. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer at 5:34, and it is Wildcard Wednesday. I know all of you were pissed off last week because we didn't do enough wild card, I guess, for your liking. So today, I've set aside a lot of time for wild card fun. You can tweet us at manandbone971, text the burner phone 614-787-3093, or hop in the YouTube chat. Yes, we're on YouTube.
Chat?
Go to YouTube, type in 971 The Fan, go there and join the chat. How you doing, Bone?
I'm good. I'm trying to get some of the wild cards sorted here and try to find some good ones.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to set up today's action.
Set it up for me, then I'll have some for you.
Guardians and Tigers this afternoon, starting in mere moments. Our boss, Sweet Lou, is at the game. I know this because he sent me 27 pictures of him at the game. I don't need them. Here's me eating a hot dog. Here's me standing with my dad next to the statue of Al Kaline or whatever the hell we're doing.
Right.
So Guardians and Tigers this afternoon, big pivotal game. Mets and Phillies at 5, big game for you, Mets boy, because you can win the series today.
Oh, I don't want to say too much about it because I just say this. If the Mets can defeat the Braves on their way to the playoffs, which they did, and then eliminate the Phillies in one postseason
Haven't done it yet, though.
I know. That's why I'm saying I don't want to say too much, but if that happens, no sweatpants for a month for me.
Absolutely.
I'm just telling you, that's a big deal for me.
Yankees and Royals, that series is tied at 1 as the series shifts to Kansas City. That's 7 o'clock. And then Dodgers and Padres, two teams that hate each other. The fans throw hand grenades on the field. That's at 9 o'clock. I got to tell you something. That's a good little fun day of baseball right there.
It is.
That's fun.
Well, let me put it to you this way. If Major League Baseball can't get something out of that, then they're not doing it right. If you don't get a big pop out of that from your rating standpoint, if you don't have something tomorrow that comes out or whenever they can put the numbers out for the ratings that say one of the biggest days we've had in Major League Baseball history in quite some time happened yesterday. I mean, it should be, right, with all the markets involved here?
You got big markets, too. You got Detroit in here. You got Mets, New York market, Philadelphia market, Yankees with the New York market, Dodgers are in here. Every game has one major market in it.
You've got the West Coast, you've got East Coast, you've got everything in between. You're good. You should be able to get a huge day out of that all the way around.
I'm ready. All right, give me some wild card.
Let's start off here. This is, well, hang on. I want to go to the right one. This one is from the Greedy.
Want me to talk about the baseball again?
No, you're fine. The Greedy Ballsman, who says, my guys, my lovely girlfriend and I are trying to make it to a viewing of Rocky Horror Picture Show tonight with full audience participation. I've heard it can get wild. I don't know what that means, but I would be intrigued to find out what it means.
I've heard story. Can I be honest with you? I've never seen the movie.
I haven't seen it either.
I have never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. I know that people, like Tim Curry's in it, right? And some sort of drag or whatever.
Yeah, he's dressed up in
and I know that people take it very seriously. They go dressed up like Comic-Con.
Yeah. Okay.
And have sex with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there some sort of plant?
I don't think that's Rocky Horror, is it? I think you're thinking of Little Shop of Horrors.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's right. I morphed the two of them together. There's a man-eating plant.
There's a horror involved at all times there.
Tim Curry in drag.
Sure. I think they're different. Here's the question from the Greedy Ballsman. What events have you guys been to that lived up to or exceeded the hype? Do the Time Warp again or GTH?
Oh, very interesting.
Well, I'll tell you a recent one and then a little bit further in the past one. The recent one is Furnace Fest that I went to this weekend. I had a blast there. I was looking forward to it. I had been building it up in my head. I went there. All these bands that I love played it, and it exceeded expectations. It was better than I expected, which is high. That's hard to do because I had like insanely high expectations for this weekend, and it fully surpassed them. In the past one is I went to the World Series with my dad. And when the Mets made it against the Royals, they lost that series, but they were there in 2015. And we went to a game in New York. And I thought, they lost the game. I want to tell you that. Mets lost this game. And it's one of the greatest sports moments of my life. Just being at a ballpark, watching the World Series.
There's something about a World Series. I've done that. I did that in 2005
it is
for
not,
my team.
It's not overhyped.
No.
Like when you go to a World Series game, whatever they tell you about it, it far exceeds expectations.
No, and I went by myself, too.
Sure.
I got a single ticket. I was sitting in the upper tank with complete strangers who I wound up hugging during the game. No, that lived up to all the hype. I'm glad I did it. And it was, raining in 42, and I got walking pneumonia being there, but it was worth it.
Yeah, you could be in the worst weather. You could have the crappiest seats, and you're still at the World Series. There's just something different about that. And people listen to this show, Mike, you know this. I am not the biggest baseball fan. I'm not someone who waxes poetic about it.
There's something about World Series.
I presume the Super Bowl is not the same thing.
No, I've been to the Super Bowl. Did not live up to the hype.
Yeah, from everything I've gathered, it doesn't. So I don't know about like NBA or Stanley Cup finals. I think those could be their own separate things, but I know the World Series lives up to and exceeds the hype.
All right, here's another thing that lived up to the hype for me. It was 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. There was a screening of the best bad movie of all time, Troll 2.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So it was in front of an audience.
Yeah.
Right? If you've never seen this, just put it in your Google machine, Troll 2.
Bodie, have you ever heard of Troll 2 and the culture that surrounds this awful movie?
Honestly, the only thing I really know about that was, didn't they just come out with like a kid's cartoon, like Troll movie?
It's not that.
Not the same thing.
That was where my mind went. I figured it wasn't the same thing, but that's what I was thinking.
It's not that at all.
Not the same thing, but that's good that you asked. It is very different.
It
If
is
you like Trolls, that movie,
I've never seen it. So.
Yeah, don't see Troll 2 for that reason. It's very different.
It is a terrible movie with terrible acting. And look, there's a lot of movies they make now where they're intentionally trying to be bad.
Yeah.
No one in this movie is trying to be bad, including the filmmaker and the director and the actors. It just so happens they are very, very bad.
Absolutely.
It's about goblins. Not one time in the movie is the word troll mentioned.
Right. Yes.
Yet it's named Troll 2. They did a big live screening with an audience, and all the parts that you and I laugh at,
yes,
and we quote the lines like uproarious laughter with a crowd of people, and the stars of the movie were there for a Q&A.
Oh, sure.
Yes, it was great.
That be bad? How could that be bad?
It was great.
That would be awesome. You can't piss on hospitality.
Oh, you can't.
I won't allow it. That's one of my favorite line.
What is the other one?
There's the one where he's like, isn't the guy melting at one point?
He's turning into a tree.
Yes.
He's turning into a plant.
But the look on his face, he turned around and was like, oh no. And he has some weird way of saying whatever he's trying to say. It's bad.
You know what it is, though? It's really a message about junk food culture and how it's going to kill us.
Is that what it was?
And we have to get back to nature. Right? We're if we eat the wrong thing, then nature will take hold of us.
That's right.
And turn us into vegetation.
Mm-hmm.
And
so we gotta. That's why you can't eat a Twinkie.
No.
That's why.
The goblins hate Twinkies.
I like how cancel culture is like a recent thing. Meanwhile, Troll 2 was kind of already starting that trend.
Absolutely.
They're trying to get you back. Didn't the director, though, the director was like convinced that he made a genius movie and everyone couldn't get it.
He went to one of these. It wasn't the one that I went to. The director showed up, a foreign guy, I think Spanish, I forget. Anyway, so he shows up, but he shows up thinking this movie has finally become a hit after 20 years. And he's going to get the recognition he deserves for creating and directing this masterpiece. That is Troll 2. He doesn't realize that everybody's there to laugh and make fun of it. So he goes to the thing and he gets really upset that the people are laughing at this scary movie that he made. And then he comes out for the Q&A. He gets a big ovation, right? But then they start asking all these stupid questions like, when did you realize this was the worst movie of all time? And he got so offended by it, he got up and left.
Oh, no.
He got up and left. How dare you? I thought you were here to celebrate me. You're here to mock me. Something got lost in translation.
If you're a fan of like that, of just train wrecks where the people who made it didn't know it was bad, I'm pretty sure the people who made The Room did not know it was going to be that awful. You've seen The Room, right?
Oh, I love The Room.
The Room is hi, Mark.
I love The Room.
Again, these have been, I know they've been tropes for years. If you're new to this and you've never heard of them.
This all new to Bodie. He doesn't know.
Bodie, look up like the worst moments from Troll 2 or The Room, and you will see what we're talking about.
Who has our careers in his hands is, hey, Bodie, go watch this. Go look this up.
Go look it up.
Also, listen to the show.
The Room, and just the picture or whatever of it is, it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. It's interesting.
The main guy, the main character, he's the director, he's the writer of it, he's everything. He doesn't know how to speak like a human. He talks in like, I tell her I love her. She doesn't. Oh, hi, Mark. Like just random, doesn't sound like he's ever been familiarized with the words he's about to say, even though they presumably came from his hand. He wrote them, and then he directed this movie, and then couldn't do it. It was bad.
NCAA making news today. We'll tell you why coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to run into some slowdown due to an accident on South High Street near Rathmel Road. And there's about a 5-minute delay if you're on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. And we also have slow traffic on northbound 71 on the south side between Greenlawn Avenue and 315. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil change anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Fashion Market at Ohio Stadium this Thursday at Ohio Stadium Huntington Club. Tickets are available at go.osu.edu/Buckeye Fashion Market 2024.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com. Common Man and T-Bone here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
We love that place so much, Mike. We're going back again to do a live broadcast.
Friday, October 11th. Be there, be a loser. 3 to 6. That's what time the show is.
I mean, we're losers for being on the show, but you can hang out with us and not be a loser.
We have lots of prizes to give away, including hockey tickets, and we're talking about the big football game they're going to be playing the next day.
Plus, we'll have a fan prize pack given away every hour of the show and stickers.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Welcome, Columbus, to the all-new Toyota Direct. We've expanded our showroom, enhanced our service with 6 lanes, 85 bays, and 65 techs. Enjoy the new lounges with all of the comforts and extras. And now get 0% for up to 72 months on 100% of all new 24 and 25 Toyotas. Come see your all-new Toyota Direct, the area's #1 Toyota dealer.
0% for 72 on a new 24 Tundra with approved credit. Max financed MSRP on vehicle. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock by 10/31/24. See dealer for details.
This is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we know life's busy. Let us handle your car care. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or have our technicians come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
In his campaign ads, Sherrod Brown thinks everything's pretty funny. But it's not when you look at his voting record. Brown voted to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports. Unfair and dangerous. Brown introduced a bill letting transgender biological men into girls' locker rooms and girls' bathrooms. That's just not right. And Brown supported allowing puberty blockers and sex change surgery for children. Migrants are flooding into Ohio, but Brown voted for government handouts to illegal immigrants and voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities that release dangerous illegal immigrant criminals onto Ohio's streets. Sorry, Sherrod, your seriously bad votes are no joke. And Ohio doesn't think it's funny. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, sunny skies with a high of 70. Chilly tonight with a low around 40. Another bright blue sky out there tomorrow with a high of 69. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Their BMI is higher than their IQ. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
I want to talk to you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Bone, did you know that when dudes get to their early to mid-30s, they start losing 2 to 3% of their testosterone production every year?
I've heard of that, yes.
It doesn't matter how virile you think you are. That's biology. But there is a way to reverse it. But you have to go see my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Don't pay attention to those stupid commercials where they got you taking pills and Doug Flutie's throwing a football. That's stupid. Go to where the real people go, like me and Timmy.
Yeah, Doug Flutie's not a real person.
No, he's not. Come on.
No, not even a real
Frank
human
Thomas,
being.
Doug Flutie. You can trust them, or you can trust the people who talk to you every single day.
That's right.
Me and Timmy. There's no need to wait. See, most men they wait a year or longer before they go do anything about it. They start experiencing symptoms. It's all right, it'll get better. No, it won't. Unless you go see my friends. Call them today, 800-900-9654, or visit tristatemenshealth.com. Promo code Doug Flutie. No.
Don't do
Wildcard
that.
Wednesday.
This one comes from Dinks, who says, my horse and buggy. With regard to the Amish pizza yesterday, someone had suggested that Amish people make pizza? Couldn't it be good? They have all the ingredients. They bake. Yeah. And I think that's right. So this question was, what modern day meal do you think the Amish could make and have it be delicious?
What modern day meal?
I mean, like when you go to the restaurants that are loosely based on like they're Dutchman, it's not necessarily Amish, but they're based on like an Amish kitchen is the idea.
Roasted chicken.
Yeah, they make all this stuff. Is that
pot roast?
That's to me, that's still like modern food. Like I don't think it's in antiquity that pot roast has been made.
You know what I think they could probably do well, but I've never seen it at an Amish place.
Okay.
Like a creme brulee.
Yeah, oh, all right.
They bake a lot. I'm sure they make a good custard.
Sure, they
Put
probably
some
could.
sugar on top and get a blowtorch. Don't tell me they can't use blowtorches.
Now, wait a second. How much mixing is involved with making a custard? I don't know how to make custard. I presume there's mixing though, right? Because it doesn't have
that
eggs
much
in it.
Mixing. You got to bake it.
Not if you have a, KitchenAid. I'm saying if you're not mixing with electricity.
No, but they're making custard. They're putting it in the donuts.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's fair. They must be making it somehow.
I mean, they're making some sort of custard or they're buying it in.
They got like gas-powered mixers there.
Look, man, I don't understand what the rules are.
Oh, they're different.
I don't get it.
Every group, every sect, I don't know if that's the right term, the parish, whatever they're in, like there's a bishop in charge of an area, and he determines, hey, over here, you're allowed to use gasoline-powered lawnmower, not allowed to use gasoline-powered automobile and drive to work. And the next one over will be like, you can ride in a car, but you can't own the car.
Well, I was watching one of these shows, and I'm sure the reality shows on the Amish are very, very accurate.
Yeah, sure.
But the Amish were allowed to have cell phones.
Oh.
As long as you didn't text or call other Amish people. You can call...
For like work purposes, you can have
you can call people for work. You can call like a... air quotes English person to come pick you up in a cab.
Sure.
You can call for that reason.
Yeah.
But you can't, and they didn't follow these rules because they showed the Amish people calling each other.
Oh, is this the show where they is it Breaking Amish or whatever? Is that what they call that?
It was either that or the Amish Mafia or
I know there's one show that's about like the kids who go on Rumspringa, which is where they get to like celebrate. They get to find out if they really like it or not.
I don't know what
out in the English world.
Going on a coke binge and having sex with 9 dudes. I mean, that's not really the English world.
Well, no, but I mean, we had in my Christian school a lot of kids that when they got out of Liberty Christian Academy, they went on their own little personal Rumspringa. It wasn't called that, but it was like, hey, I'm out now. I can do whatever I want. And then some of them, it's like, I met them a few years later and like, oh, yeah, I got horribly addicted to pills. And
well,
all this.
That's what I mean.
You can just like crack a beer and like smoke a cigarette, and that might be just your extent of like living it out and be a little, you don't have to go full on into like Breaking Bad territory.
It's like when I went to Europe and people talked about how they'd been to America and they'd always been to Disney World.
Yeah.
Or New York City or Las Vegas.
Right.
And I'm like, well, those are all nice places to go on vacation, but you really haven't been to America.
Right? No, you've been to very like idealistic touristy type versions of America.
What I'm saying to the Amish people, I want to know what it's like to be English. Well, then get in a Kia and go to Target and pick up some toilet paper because that's what we do.
That's right.
Most of us don't go to strip clubs and do coke off some chick's ass. Most of us, I'm saying. Most of us. I mean, Jabril Peppers does, but that's okay.
You know who does? Bodie Wells. Like, he's always just right there.
You know what? How do we know? Since Bodie's we don't know anything about Bodie's backstory. Maybe he went on Rumspringa.
Bodie, were you Amish at any point in your life?
And this is what he
just
looks like. Curiosity? He could put a hat on that guy.
Not. Nope.
Okay. I didn't know if you ever had an Amish history or knew anybody that was Amish. I know you love the fighting Irish. I know you love Notre Dame.
That's correct. Yep.
But that's not.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
All right. The NCAA is making some news today. What do you got, Bone?
Yeah. So the Division I Council has voted to shorten the transfer windows in football and basketball from 45 days to 30 days. They are doing this kind of as a compromise because the football oversight committee, they wanted to eliminate the spring transfer window for football. Fall sports and spring sports in the NCAA get 2 transfer windows every year. Winter sports, basketball included, gets 1. So the idea was, hey, what if we broke that down to just have 1 transfer window for like football and all the other sports that occur around those times? They said no. They were going to keep the 2 transfer windows, but they are cutting down the amount of days. Fall transfer window will go from 30 days to 20 days, and it'll start on the day after the college football playoff field is announced, which this year is December 9th. So the transfer window for football, one of them will be December 9th through the 28th. The other window will be April 16th through the 25th, and that'll be the spring window that goes from 15 days down to 10. For men's and women's college basketball, the transfer window will start after the second round of the NCAA tournament, which means I don't know what date that is, but whenever that date is, March something. It doesn't say on here, but whatever. Sometime in March.
I blacked out.
Whatever.
Whatever you said, I agree with.
There's fewer days to transfer, and football still has 2 times you can do it. Basketball has 1 time you can do it, just like it currently is now. There you go.
That's fine. Coming up next, more Wildcard Wednesday fun. I'm going to say something I didn't think I'd ever say, which is Aaron Rodgers said something today, and I believe him. So we'll talk about that. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch out for an accident that's on southbound 71's off-ramp to Stringtown Road, and that's on the south side. And we've got some slower traffic if you're on eastbound 270 on the north outer belt between 71 and 23. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bart undercoating from $2.99 and fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray-On Bed Liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip to a postseason game, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
In his campaign ads, Sherrod Brown thinks everything's pretty funny. But it's not when you look at his voting record. Brown voted to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports. Unfair and dangerous. Brown introduced a bill letting transgender biological men into girls' locker rooms and girls' bathrooms. That's just not right. And Brown supported allowing puberty blockers and sex change surgery for children. Migrants are flooding into Ohio, but Brown voted for government handouts to illegal immigrants and voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities that release dangerous illegal immigrant criminals onto Ohio's streets. Sorry, Sherrod, your seriously bad votes are no joke. And Ohio doesn't think it's funny. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop. Join us for the Make a Difference Gala at High Bank Distillery in Grandview. Taste new fan barrel picks and support the Third and Goal Foundation. Tickets are on sale now at 971thefan.com. 21 or older, please drink responsibly.
It's Rocktober, baby! It's October at Lindsay Honda.
Save with 1.9% financing up to 60 months on every new Lindsay Honda, combined with the Lindsay Difference Package. A value of $1,295 included with every vehicle purchase. We're about going the extra mile to provide you with these unique benefits. Turn up the noise with Lindsay Honda.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference.
With approved credit on select in-stock 24-25 Honda models. Dealer contribution may affect consumer cost.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Is your business generating over $1 million a year in revenue? If your financial advisory team isn't keeping pace, maybe it's time for a change. Here's Brad Hennebert with Premier Advisors.
Thanks, Bobby. Our team integrates financial planning and asset management with business accounting and tax preparation. Business owners have planning needs that are unique. We work with you to design a seamless financial services bundle tailored to your business with monthly or quarterly advisory consultations to help guide you along the way. We don't just keep score of what happened last year. Our team combines expert financial planning and wealth management with top-tier tax services, helping businesses like yours build wealth for you. Call us today at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Brad Hennebert is a registered representative offering securities through United Planners Financial Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through TCP Asset Management LLC. Tax services offered through Premier Tax CPAs. United Planners is not affiliated with TCP Asset Management, Premier Advisors, or Premier Tax CPAs.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Extra large, extra stupid. This is Man and Bone.
It's Wildcard Wednesday. You can tweet the program at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093, which is where this comes from. Casey says, my fast food consultants. I know Would You Rather is on hiatus, but I have one that might intrigue you. Would you rather spend 3 days in jail or 2 weeks in a psychiatric hospital? I've done both and would choose the 3 days in jail. If you would like more details of a comparison between the two environments, I can elaborate further.
Okay.
Otherwise, go on your own assumptions.
I mean, I have heard from folks who have been in jail that not a pleasant experience. I have heard tales. I'm not talking about the stuff you see on TV. I'm not talking about, things that are in movies. I'm saying I've talked to people who have been in jail, and they have told me a little bit more than I expected to hear about jail, but that it's a scary place. You don't want to go. So if he's saying a psychiatric ward or psychiatric hospital, is that what it was?
Psychiatric hospital, 2 weeks. 3 days in the jail or 2 weeks in the psych ward.
And he said he would rather do 3 days in jail.
Yeah. I think I would too. I get it over with.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, if I got to bend over for a few days, it's what's got to happen. It's better than 2 weeks in captivity.
Sure, man. I will say that I'm thinking that being in a hospital, like a psychiatric hospital, the noises and things you might hear at like 3 a.m.
But
would be, disarming.
Chances are they may give you enough medication, enough pills.
Could be
where
that.
you just sort of zonk out for 2 weeks and you have no idea where the hell you are. And then you wake up, it's like, 2 weeks already? Sounds good.
I don't know if that would help with whatever issues you were having. It was just like, I didn't get anything resolved.
In this scenario, we don't have any issues. We just have to go
spend in there.
it.
That's true. In a hospital, they can't give you, you're in a hospital. They could give you drugs to, put you under. That's right. Okay, then I might, now that you say that.
I may do the hospital.
If I could do that.
And I also respect Casey for admitting that he's been in both facilities.
Sure thing.
We are a place of truth. This is a safe space here. Please coddle up to my bosom. Tell me all your stories.
I mean, I am the type of person that if you tell me, like, yeah, I went to jail, I'm not instantly going to be like, well, never talk to you again. I'll be like, well, why did you go to jail? And if you give me a story that's like, this happened, made a bad choice here, all right, I can let you live on that. Now, if you're like, my bad choice was I murdered 7 people, and I had a really good lawyer who got me out of it, but I did have to spend a year for...
Who'd you murder?
Well, I see, even you.
Depends on that. Right? There's a lot of people that I wouldn't mind taking out.
I understand that. We've become aware. This one from BG, staying alive. He says, my crispy, crisp weather lovers, what is one minor parenting annoyance that just drives you insane? Turning every piece of clothing that is inside out the right way / pulling underwear out of inside out pants before doing laundry is just enough to send me over the cliff. #GTH. Yeah, that by the way, that is one that they don't tell you about in parenting classes. The amount of pulling the laundry apart that goes on is something very
I'll tell you what my wife would answer if she's here, because we all have different jobs that we do, and she's in charge of laundry.
Okay.
I do all the cooking and that sort of stuff, but she handles laundry. My daughter is fond of putting stickers on all her clothes all the time.
Yeah.
She will also put stickers on our clothes.
Sure.
All the time. The problem is she doesn't always remember to take the stickers off. Neither do we when we put the clothes in the hamper. And so you just have a big mess.
Yes.
And you clog up the washing machine, and you have to have a repair person come. And all of a sudden, you're out on the lawn teaching her a lesson in front of the entire neighborhood as you scream and berate your child and whip her.
How many stickers are you?
Lots of stickers.
I mean, my kids have
lots of stickers.
Like a little tiny sticker on the. It doesn't clog up the washer.
No, it's not one little tiny. When there's 8 of them on one sweatshirt.
All right.
It clogs everything up.
I guess so. Jeez. Man.
I don't really whip her outside. I save that for inside the house. Stop it.
Thank you. I got it.
Don't send me letters.
My minor annoyance would be when, like, you make food and your children then look at it and go, I'd rather have mac and cheese. And it's like, well, that's not what we made, so we're going to eat that. And then,
you got invite me over.
No, because then I work with them on, but we're going to try it. We're going to give it a bite. We're going to, and then later on, it's like after half an hour of like, let's eat this, then they'll take the bites and go, oh, yeah, my father wasn't trying to poison me, oddly enough. That's shocking. This is actually decent, Dad. Yes, I wouldn't make you something that I thought was going to be crap. Now, maybe I don't make it well, but I'm like the initial push to be like, it's new, I'm not touching it. And the older ones are better than that. The youngest one, it's like an uphill battle every day to get her to try something new. So, yeah,
here's what I think all parents should have. A heavy that doesn't live in the house. Right? So, like, something like that happens.
Yes.
You're at the dinner table. They're making a fuss.
They would absolutely listen if you came over and said that.
And you're like, yes, I understand. Ding dong. And the doorbell rings, and then I'm there.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I say, look. I say, looky here, because I love looky here. Looky here. There's 2 things on the menu tonight. What's on that plate or hungry?
Right.
And if you really want something disgusting, I'll take you someplace, and I'll show you what it's like. So take a bite.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I don't ever want to see that person again. And it's like, right, just eat this food. And
exactly.
We'll never call them again. That's great.
They're not scarred by you.
Actually,
I mean, they're scarred, but it's from an outside source.
Now you've hit on something with me. This is probably the biggest annoyance I have as a parent. And that is that as the parent, both me and my wife, where we love our kids, we do everything for our kids, we make the place as good as we can for our children. Then a rando stranger, like at school or at a park or wherever, could be like, hey, would you mind like picking that up off the floor? And rather than being like, and like,
oh, yes, man. Yes, man.
They're like, yes,
yes,
it's
sir.
Like, oh, yeah, I'd love to help you out. Some rando, like, or their teacher that it's like, it's been a week of school and they're like, damn, Mrs. So-and-so is the greatest person ever. It's like, I'm putting a roof over your house. How about that? How about you help out around the house a little? The teachers have it easy because they just come in and like, oh, yeah, that's great. All my kids' teachers come in and say, oh, she's just an angel in class. Mm-hmm. So great. Listens, does everything.
But the people that actually feed and clothe them.
Hey, do you mind? You threw like 8 pieces of clothing on the floor yesterday just because you were tired, I guess, and just left them there. Could you pick those up, take a room? Like that's where it's like, if your teacher said this, we'd have no problems.
You know how many Wiener commercials I had to read today to pay for your college? Do you even know?
Oh, no, they got a great surprise coming for them when they find out that all went to a hot rod. They're going to be like, hey, I graduated from high school. What's happening? Be like, see that nice new car out there? Yeah, it's mine. Enjoy college. Have fun.
Aaron Rodgers was on McAfee today. So Robert Saleh, his head coach with the Jets, got fired yesterday. His normal McAfee appearance is Tuesdays, but they pushed it back, because of the firing. There's rumblings out there that Aaron Rodgers had something to do with Robert Saleh getting fired. He said that he is offended by that today, and there's no truth to those rumors. I actually believe him.
Do you?
I do, and here's why. Maybe there was a day where he would say anything to Woody Johnson, and Woody Johnson would go out of his way to make Aaron Rodgers happy, right? I'm going to win a Super Bowl with this guy. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He's playing for me. He put his trust in me. I'll do anything you want.
Yeah.
Right? Get rid of all the globes in the team facility? Sure.
Right.
We'll just do flat maps, Aaron. Flat. Yeah. No round earth globes. Got it.
Why did we order all these globes? We're a football team, not a geological survey. Whatever. Get rid of them.
It doesn't matter. I used to have a globe in every room, but they're gone. The Golden Globes, too? Gone.
Get golden sheets or nothing. They have to be flat.
Golden shower. Gone.
No, sheets.
It's all gone. But now, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is relevant enough, even in that organization.
Oh, I like that take.
I don't.
Spicy.
If he calls up Woody Johnson and says, I can't work with this guy anymore.
Yeah.
Well, then my response, if I'm Woody, well, what do you want me to do about it?
Yeah.
Should I fire your hand-picked offensive coordinator, too? We went out and shaped this roster around what you wanted. You chose us. Nothing has worked out so far. I'm sorry, you don't get to make the call on the coach. I make the call on the coach.
Yeah, and that's fair. If, again, Aaron Rodgers is a known liar. Like, we know this about him. You can go back to the COVID stuff. You can go back to other times he's talked to the media, and he has lied and been caught in it.
He is a creative truther.
Right. That's probably
creative
better. Where it's like, I didn't actually lie to you. I technically didn't lie because I said this and this and this and this. And it's like, yes, any reasonable person would believe you. So I guess we have to parse this where he says, he said, I resent any of those accusations because they are patently false, saying that he had a role in firing Robert Saleh. Fine. The role that you did have that's not patently false is that you suck and you've not been very good this year, and that's had a role in it. The role that you had last year was, unfortunately for you, you got hurt, and despite all your protestations that you would be able to get back on the field in time, you couldn't, and maybe the organization shouldn't have spent all that time trying to rehab you last year. Maybe they should have just focused on doing something without you the rest of the season. Either way, Aaron Rodgers saying that he didn't have anything to do with this, you could be very right that he is not relevant enough in that organization anymore to be listened to. But also, this is an organization that apparently this year, when he was flirting with the idea of running for vice president, they said, oh, yeah, it sounds like you're going, well, hey, 6-1, half dozen, what are you going to do? Like that, I don't know where they're at now with him. But you would think stuff like that wouldn't fly, and it shouldn't fly, but it's Aaron Rodgers. And that organization seems to really care about what he thinks. Maybe I'm wrong.
This offense was no better with Zach Wilson than it is with Aaron Rodgers.
No.
I'm not saying it's going to stay that way.
It might get better.
All right.
But, right, your point is we're basing that off of potential based on what he previously did, not anything we've seen currently with him in a Jets uniform.
Look, he's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest of all time. He's also 40 and coming off a very severe injury. I know he recovered in like 7 days. I got it. It's rapid recovery. Says. But it's still a very severe injury, and Father Time will catch up with anybody.
That's right.
Even Tom Brady. All right, more, what is it today? Wildcard Wednesday? Losing my mind. Losing my mind, and a baseball update for you. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a 10-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the left lane on eastbound 670 at Cleveland Avenue. It is causing stop-and-go traffic from 315. And also watch out for an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 270 on the north outer belt near 161. And there's a small delay on westbound 670 from 71 to 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Fashion Market at Ohio Stadium. This Thursday at Ohio Stadium Huntington Club. Tickets are available at go.osu.edu/Buckeye Fashion Market 2024.
Trust and Will knows that this fall, you're likely celebrating a birthday, your own, a loved one's, or even welcoming a new addition. Because fall is the most popular birthday season in America. And Trust and Will celebrates milestones by protecting what matters most. Trust and Will makes estate planning easy and affordable, with step-by-step guidance designed by attorneys but customized by you. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and secure. Plus, Trust and Will has thousands of 5-star reviews and a rating of excellent on Trustpilot. So join the hundreds of thousands of families in celebrating and securing your future with Trust and Will. Visit trustandwill.com now with offer code Columbus for 10% off your plan. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trustandwill.com. Trust and Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney. Documents are not valid until formally executed in accordance with applicable law.
Ready to hit the road in a new car? With Pathways, enjoy up to 90 days with no payments and low auto loan rates. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Columbus, the wait is over. Blue Jackets hockey is back. Come feel the boom all season long. Be here Tuesday, October 15th for the home opener, presented by Nationwide. Get your tickets today at bluejackets.com.
Full inventory sale at Logan Services. Save up to $2,500 and 0% APR financing for 72 months on a qualifying train system. Plus, your choice of one air quality freebie. It's hard to stop a train with a system for every home and budget. Now, for a limited time, save up to $1,000 on a water heater and water conditioning combo. Ask us about tax credits when you book your free estimate now. Logan Services.
Can't make it to the game? Watch the Fan's pre- and post-game shows live on YouTube. Just search 97.1 The Fan and click subscribe.
The Fan's YouTube channel is sponsored by Coors Light.
Your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
I'll be honest, I'm really worried about my kids and grandkids. I never thought we'd be facing a national abortion ban in this country.
That's Kim. She lives in Cincinnati and is a grandma to 6.
If something happened to my family, I'd want them to have all the help they need. But with a national ban, they'll have nowhere to turn.
Bernie Moreno supports a national abortion ban, and he has said he is 100% against abortion with no exceptions. And if Moreno's in the Senate, he could be the deciding vote to pass a national abortion ban.
Last year, we voted to protect abortion in Ohio. Now, Bernie Moreno wants to get rid of that completely. It's simple. I don't trust Bernie Moreno to do what's right for my family. He should never be Ohio's senator.
Your Community PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising, paid for by Your Community PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Learn more at yourcommunitypac.org.
Thank you for calling Great Lakes. Great Lakes Kia.
Do you like scary movies?
Nah, they don't scare me.
What does scare you?
High car payments. They make me want to scream.
And at Great Lakes Kia?
We have brand new Kias, under $5 a day. Come pick one out.
Maybe I'm already here.
Cool. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
That's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
At Great Lakes Kia.
What if I have scary credit?
No problem. Get approved with 0% financing.
Perfect. And I'm right behind you.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus, GreatLakesKia.com.
Can I hang up now?
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Dumb. Very dumb. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Wednesday. It is Wildcard Wednesday. Colin, Man, and T-Bone brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. I said that right? Hinder Motor Company.
You got it.
Baseball today. What are we, top 3?
Was that fair? No.
Top 3
Almost.
In Detroit. Tigers up 1-0.
Sorry.
Series tied up at 1.
Josh Naylor ripped one down the right field line, but it was just foul with 2 on. So that would have been probably a double and probably gotten.
Josh Naylor looks like he enjoys a good roast beef sandwich, doesn't he?
Well, he is not Bartolo Colon levels of helmet flying off his head, but for non-Bartolo Colon category, he's got to be in the mix for guys whose helmet falls off his head the most. Just happened again.
Just happened again. I like baseball players with large breastises.
Sure. I do too.
It makes me feel good.
I do like it when they, with 2 on in a game like this, get something more than a ground out to.
Oh, let him live.
Second.
He's fine.
So
everything's fine.
Sorry. It's early. Plenty of time.
Bones Mets in action against the Phillies at 5. Yankees and Royals at 7 tonight. Dodgers and Padres at 9. We got a big day of baseball.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to get off this dumb show and go watch some of it.
Well, we're watching some of it now.
I know.
While we're talking to you.
It is Wildcard Wednesday. What do you got?
AJ says, my 2 trolls. This is a question of etiquette. Bone, I'm going to my first crew game this weekend. We are in the Nordeca. I checked the FAQs on the website, but I need an expert. Do I scream PP no working?
Yes.
Do I hand out Fat Boy food tip cards?
Yes.
Let me know. Yes, you do all the above.
All of that.
That's fine. Actually, what you do when you're in the Nordeca is just follow along to whatever they're singing and try to keep up. And if you have to sit down, too bad, because you can't.
We're going to do Fat Boy food tip coming up later, but I have a little quick one for you.
Okay.
The chicken Big Mac is not supposed to hit stores until tomorrow at McDonald's.
Yes.
But I've heard from my spies and from my own eyes, I've seen
spies and eyes.
Locations are already selling it. So if your local location has a little sign out there that says, hey, Chicken Big Mac, it's available to you now. You don't have to wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, we had a couple listeners who sent us photos saying they've had it. They had a picture of it. So
the reviews I've seen have been good. And again, if you're a Big Mac fan, how can it be bad?
Well, and the chicken they're using, I presume, is the McChicken.
That's correct.
Filet or patty.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's and that'll
not
be
the bougie McChicken.
No, or
I mean, McCrispy.
McCrispy.
Yes.
Right. Let's see. I want to try that. I'm looking forward to it.
Popeyes also wants you to know they have a ghost pepper chicken sandwich, but don't worry, it's not spicy. Hey, we said ghost pepper, but we really mean, sort of tingly.
Well,
but
you know what? I had the same thing. I stopped at Buc-ee's when we were coming back on our trip, and they have their variety of hot sauces, and they had a ghost pepper hot sauce, and it says hot on it.
You use it?
No, I haven't used it yet, but I have it. So I haven't had anything yet that I would put hot sauce on. So I will do that and report back, but I'm already skeptical because I'm looking at it, and it looks more like salsa than it does hot sauce. Like No. I'm concerned that I got like an inferior product.
No, let me tell you what hot sauce is, okay? This is a family story that we continue to share to this day, even though my Aunt Rose has passed.
Okay.
She also was convinced that when a black person and a white person had a child, the resulting child was Puerto Rican.
Okay. Sounds like she needs, among other things, a geography lesson.
She just...
okay.
She didn't mean anything by it. She's just stupid. But she's dead now. Anyway.
You know what? By the way, we should use that for more people where it's like, listen, that person did not mean anything by it. They're just really dumb.
Well, right. You know what?
I mean,
that can excuse
there probably
away a
are
lot.
at least a few people that it's like, that's true.
Right.
Maybe not if you're like a senator. Maybe that doesn't work. But if you're like a regular person, that could be true. You're just dumb.
So my parents are making chili. And she came over with this hot sauce that someone had gifted her.
Okay.
She has not used it yet. But it's one of those hot sauces that has an eyedropper.
Oh,
like a little dropper.
Yeah.
And they said if you're making an entire pot of chili, you put like 2 drops in the entire pot of chili.
Wow.
The name of this hot sauce was Ass Blaster.
All right. Oh, yeah.
My mom didn't want to put any inside the chili because she's like, well, I don't know what this is going to do. It's going to ruin my entire thing of chili. I'm not going to use it. My aunt said, well, I like hot sauce. I'm going to put it in my bowl. And my mom said, it says to use 2 drops
in an entire
for like
thing
8
of chili.
quarts of chili.
Yes.
So she puts like the equivalent of maybe a teaspoon.
Oh, my gosh.
In her lone bowl of chili.
Oh, my gosh.
And mixes it up.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, buddy. The sounds that were coming out of that bathroom Like, you'd think Linda Blair was in there and she was possessed by Satan. My God, the paint was peeling off the walls.
So like when she ate it, did it cause problems?
Oh, absolutely. Immediately.
Like as soon as she was eating
immediately.
it. Okay.
Just had like 2 bites of it, and she was gone. Like her stomach lining, everything gone.
Oh, no.
She had so much acidic stuff blowing out of her recti.
No, God, I didn't mean, what I meant was she was able to eat some of it. It wasn't like she got it in her mouth and had spit it out.
No, she ate some of it.
Okay, and then the damage started to be realized.
She was gone for like a week.
Oh, no.
She couldn't eat anything other than like yogurt for like a week.
I have had the what is it, that Quaker steak? What was the Atomic wings? Were those the hottest ones?
Atomic wasn't Hooters Atomic?
I don't know. Whatever the Quaker steak hottest one was, we ate those once at another radio station where I worked for a on-air contest thing, and I ate one. And they gave us gallon, like the half gallons of milk. So because the milk is supposed to help with that. I think I drank a gallon of milk in one evening and still had the taste. So I can only imagine what something like that would be. That, to your point, is ghost pepper. That is very different than what a lot of people now are like, it's ghost pepper, but don't worry, it won't hurt you or anything.
I have never uttered the words I'm about to say right now. I feel like I already said that today with Aaron Rodgers that I believed in.
You did.
All right,
say
well,
that.
here's more things I never thought I'd say. I completely agree with something Bill Simmons has said.
Oh.
All right? I'll tell you what that is coming up next. Colin Mann and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got some slower traffic if you're on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Livingston Avenue and I-70. And watch out for an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 70 on the east side at Bryce Road. That's causing some delay. This report is sponsored by LifeLock. Every 3 seconds, there is a new victim of identity theft in the U.S. This Cybersecurity Awareness Month, get LifeLock for comprehensive identity theft protection. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious activity of your personal information. Start your 30-day free trial at lifelock.com/cybersafety. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Hey, you've reached Teresa and Benny. You know the drill.
Hey, Teresa, it's Amanda from Chase. Congrats on closing. I'm sure Benny will love playing fetch in your new backyard.
Your Chase Home Lending Advisor will be there from pre-approval to closing. We're with you all the way home. Chase, make more of what's yours. Visit chase.com/home. Home lending products subject to credit and property approval. Rates and program terms subject to change. Other restrictions apply. Member FDIC. Equal housing opportunity.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Colin Mann here for Universal Windows Direct. Fall is here. It's the perfect time to replace those old, drafty windows before the cold sets in. As temperatures drop, you don't want to be stuck with windows that make your heating system work overtime because that will cost you money. My guys at Universal Windows Direct back everything up with a true lifetime warranty as long as you own the home and a 20-year warranty to the next homeowner. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply because they always do. Call them today, 614-502-5220, or go to uwd.com.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Welcome, Columbus, to the all-new Toyota Direct. We've expanded our showroom, enhanced our service with 6 lanes, 85 bays, and 65 techs. Enjoy the new lounges with all of the comforts and extras. And now get 0% for up to 72 months on 100% of all new 24 and 25 Toyotas. Come see your all-new Toyota Direct, the area's #1 Toyota dealer.
0% for 72 on a new 24 Tundra with approved credit. Max financed MSRP on vehicle. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock by 10/31/24. See dealer for details.
This year's starting lineup at Honda Marysville is as strong as ever, so come see us.
Choose from Ohio's largest selection of Hondas and get 0% for 60 on any new CR-V, HR-V, Passport, Pilot, or Ridgeline with the trade.
Honda's built here, Honda's sold here. Honda Marysville. We're closer than you think.
0% with approved credit and 80% of MSRP financed. 2010 or newer trade with KBB appraisal at $2,500 or more. Must take delivery from dealer stock 10/31/24.
It's never too soon to get a jump on your holiday shopping, especially at Meijer. Start saving this week with our earliest holiday deals and get over 40% off on items like Mr. Coffee Maker or SodaStream Terra Machine. Start checking off your list and get 20% off on select toys like Nerf and Series Dart Blasters, Play-Doh playsets, and assorted puzzles. Shop even more great gift ideas like these in the Meijer Holiday Gift Guide. Available on Meijer.com, in-store, or in the Meijer app. Exclusions apply.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Kielzer, headed to the fourth inning at Detroit, where the Tigers lead the Cleveland Guardians 2-0 in Game 3 of the American League Divisional Series. That matchup is tied at 1-1. Later, it'll be the New York Yankees in Kansas City to beat the Royals. They're even at 1-1 also. Clark Schmidt pitching for the Yankees, Seth Lugo on the mound for the Royals. Both National League series resumed tonight. Both could come to an end. Philadelphia and New York Mets have a 2-1 lead over the Phillies. Ranger Suarez and Jose Quintana will be the starting pitchers. And later tonight, it's the LA Dodgers and San Diego, where the Padres have a 2-1 lead. The Las Vegas Raiders are changing starting quarterbacks, going with Aiden O'Connell in place of Gardner Minshew. O'Connell gets the start as the Raiders get ready to take on Pittsburgh. This update brought to you by Germain Toyota, the best selection of new and used cars in Central Ohio. Visit their full selection of vehicles online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Bone and I do all our banging at Hollywood Casino Columbus, specifically the ESPN Bet Sportsbook, which we will be at Friday, broadcasting live from 3 to 6 because that's what time the show starts. 3 o'clock.
Is that when it is?
3 o'clock.
This show?
What time are you on today?
This show?
No, I thought I'd do 3 today.
3 o'clock.
I'd make it 3.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. We will be there from 3 to 6.
You know, sometimes I get people who run into me. Like, hey, Common Man, I listen every single day. What time are you on? 1? Yes.
Go
1 o'clock.
Go tune in and listen. You'll probably enjoy it.
Sure. Anyway, if you'd like to see us from 3 to 6 on Friday, do this stupid show in person, come see us at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. We had a couple people last week try and sneak in their kids under their clothes. One person just had, you know, that commercial that you've seen where they just put a gallon of milk in the crotch of the pants to show you how much room is in the crotch?
Yes, sure.
Somebody put their baby in the crotch of their pants.
Don't do that. That's not okay. Also, where are you shopping that they're doing that, where they're putting a gallon of milk in their crotch to show you the
commercial that I saw.
Okay. What channel?
I don't know.
Spice?
Maybe it was Instagram.
Oh,
that I
Spice
saw.
Network, you saw that?
No.
Yeah. They run
They want to
commercials?
show you how roomy it is.
I see. Gotcha. By the way, the people at Hollywood Casino, very dedicated to our showtime starting at 3. So just be aware, if you show up at like 2:30, they may wait until 3 to join us in that area, because I think that's when it opens. So just be aware of that. It may happen, and that's okay if it does.
Excuse me, may I have a seat right there? No! It's at 3!
You might
I won't
see
order
us from
anything.
a distance.
I just want to sit. No! Okay. Bill Simmons, not my guy, but he's a guy. Got his podcast called the Bill Simmons Podcast. He said, I have
Good name for it, by the way.
Yes, I have a baseball
Strong
playoff
name.
nitpick. They put the win probability at the top now. Who is that for? Like morons? Who is that for? Haven't we paid enough homage to the nerds that we now have a win probability? This is one of my pet peeves on these baseball broadcasts on ESPN. If you look at the top, they will tell you, Phillies, 93% chance of winning.
Yeah.
I don't know who that serves. Look,
what does that even matter?
I don't know what it matters, but I'm not a fan of in-game interviews either. But I understand there are some people that like that access. They like to see dugout interviews and players mic'd up in the outfield. Fine, whatever floats your boat. But I want to know the win probability especially. If you flip on a game, you're just a casual fan, you flip on a game and you see, oh, this team's got 93% chance of winning. Well, then why the hell do I want to stay on that game?
Absolutely.
I turn it off.
And by the way, anyone who would need the win probability is not probably a diehard baseball fan, right? So, like, what I'm saying is if you're a diehard baseball fan, you see that, you're like, duh, like this team is better than that team. You don't need to be told that by a metric to tell you that because you would know the pitching matchups. You would know the strengths of both teams because you're a baseball fan. You're probably very aware of that. If you're a fan of either team, you're not going to need to know that because you don't care what the odds are. Don't tell me the odds. Like, you're just going to want to see your team play. The only person it could be for is a casual fan. And you're right. All it would do is tell a casual fan,
this game
sucks.
Why even watching it?
Yeah. Now, of course, it's not always right either, clearly. The only thing I think the win probability stuff is even interesting for is after a game. You know, they show you that little graph that's like, this was the win probability up to this point for this team.
I know.
And then they, in the ninth inning, when they hit a 2-run bomb that was not, it totally shocked the world, it flipped and you saw the little graph. But I don't care because it's not like that will suddenly tell me, oh, now I think that moment was big. You know it's big when you're watching it. When you watch something happen in a game that's drastic, that changes the game. I get the graphic is a little neat thing to put up there, but
I also want to know
what's the purpose.
I want to know the math behind it. I say that, and then you would explain the math to me, and my eyes would roll in the back of my head.
I don't know the math either.
But I'm watching this game last week. I forget what game it was, but Phillies Mets. Let's say that.
Okay, sure.
All right. And win probability on the top of the screen. Phillies had a 73% chance of winning this game. That was in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah.
Bases are empty.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody out.
Yeah.
Top 7. Mets are at the plate. 73%.
Okay.
First batter's retired.
Yeah.
Nobody's on base.
Yeah.
Now there's one out. For some reason, the win probability dropped by 1 for the Phillies. We went down a percentage. And I just want to know, how does that, you just retired the leadoff batter.
You have one fewer out to get.
There's one fewer out to get. Nobody's on base. Nothing's changed other than that.
Well, the pitcher's thrown more pitches. Maybe that. I don't know. I don't know. You're right. To that end, what is the point of that if when you get an out in a game where nothing else has changed except now you have one fewer outs to get your win? Why would your win probability go down? If your answer is, well, technically, if you look at this guy in 1-out situations, he's actually worse than he is in 2-out situations. Then this is a dumb stat. Then we're just talking about things that don't matter. It doesn't functionally matter in that game.
Well, and like you and I have said before, with the win probability, like the Falcons-Patriots Super Bowl, everybody looks at that.
Yeah.
Right? It's great. It's a great comeback, and we'll remember it always. But, one thing those stats didn't have in them was the fact that Tom Brady's on the other side of the football field.
Absolutely right.
All right. Tom Brady and the Patriots are on the other side of the field. You could have all the advanced win probabilities in the world. You know what you can't put a handle on mathematically is if the catcher or pitcher midway through one of the at-bats gets diarrhea. Like just instantly starts to feel that, we've all been there.
Yes.
I actually am feeling it a little bit right now. Can I finish the segment? I don't know. Finish segment probability. Probably lower than it was when I started.
Okay,
because I gotta go.
But see, that's the intangibles of sports are why we watch. If everything worked out to a metric, would anybody watch any of it? Because they got metrics for everything. I guarantee you, right now there is a metric saying who they think is the most likely to win next year's World Series based on everything we currently know. Now that'll change in the offseason, right? But at the start of opening day next year, they'll have win probabilities for every single one of these teams. So if they say that the Dodgers, let's say, are likely to win 75% to win the World Series, then should we just turn it off and never watch any of these games? What does this stat give you other than at the end of it, you can say, this team had a 4% chance to win this game?
Interesting.
Okay, well then great. Show us that if they win. Other than that, I don't care.
I got to tell you, Bill, I don't have a good feeling tonight. I heard the starting pitcher walked in on his wife having sex with another man. I hope this doesn't affect the win probability.
Right. I don't know, again, because you can't, all they're looking at is how many times in this situation this guy's gotten an out
it's not just
or
that,
a hit
for
or
example,
whatever.
We're playing a day game right now. By we, I mean they. Guardians and Tigers in Detroit, bottom 4, and the Tigers are up 2-0. When we're talking, we're putting all the data that's ever existed between these two teams and what they've done, and can you articulate in that data when the sun goes behind a cloud,
right,
and you don't have the shadow that you would normally have at this time of day from the pitcher's hand, right? All of a sudden, this hitter gets a break from the shadow that everybody else has been having to deal with the entire game because it was cloudy just for that one at bat. No, the numbers can't factor that in. It's impossible.
No, I just now in this game, ground ball to first, Naylor, like it came right to his eye level basically as it bounced up. He puts his glove out. I don't know if he couldn't see it because of the shadow or what, but it just whiffed. He just went right over his glove, bounced into right field. Guy's on second now, I think.
Well, statistically, that shouldn't happen.
Of course not.
But it did.
But and I know that what the stat nerds would say is then, yeah, that's why it's a probability, not a surety. It's we're telling you that on that hit, it's like a 95% of the time it's an out. Right. But it currently is not an out because stuff happens. So I don't know why we have to be told before the thing, hey, this is what's about to likely happen. Let me just enjoy the game.
And again,
I don't care what the probability is here. I just want to watch this game.
I don't know why we have to have it on the screen constantly. That's my whole problem with it.
Yes, it's not bad that the stat exists.
Fine, do whatever you want.
Why are you showing it all the time during a game?
Why does it have to be at the top of the screen? It distracts the hell out of me. And yes, my attention span, I guess, is not good enough just to ignore it. I have to look at it.
Even, and you know what? I think this probably all started, not to keep this topic going, but at some point they decided, you know what would be useful information? This guy, when he goes up against a left-hander, is 150 batting points worse than he is when he's against a righty. Okay, you're giving me a little bit of info that says, oh, well, this is a left-handed pitcher today. This guy may have a little bit of a tougher time. That's fine, but that is still information that at least if the guy gets a hit, you go, wow, okay, he did something good there. He did something better than what we should have expected from him. But when you're literally sitting there saying the chances of this team winning this game are 4%, and we're in the first inning, I don't know what that serves for this game. I don't know what it does to help people watch this game.
The stat guys are always stat guys, like in their everyday life.
Maybe.
Where it's like, wow, how you like the chicken? Actually, it's a little pink, to be honest with you. Well, statistically, you're a younger guy. You don't have to worry about trichinosis or whatever the hell's in this.
If you get it, you have an 87% chance of surviving. So what are you worried about? Yeah.
Did you bring protection? I don't think I really need to, because the odds of me impregnating you just based on this one sexual encounter, that's really not in our favor. I mean, it's 97% chance that nothing's going to happen. So why would I?
Oh, I remember the show that they had on ESPN. I think it's gone now. The Numbers Don't Lie show, where it's just the premise of that is just so false. The numbers do lie all the time because that's what sports are. The moments you love the most are when the numbers lie. That's what you love the most.
I love you the most.
I love you too, buddy.
Can we talk about some successful hockey teams and rats?
Sure.
Yes, and more Wildcard Wednesday. Coming up next, Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
There's some slower traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side from East Broad Street to 11th Avenue. And you're looking at a 10-minute slowdown on southbound 315 from Kinnear Road to Town Street. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. The Ohio Laborers, they're more than just hard hats and tools. They're the backbone of Ohio's infrastructure, constructing vital projects that shape your communities. Their skilled laborers pave the way for smoother commutes, ensuring safe and efficient travel on Ohio roads and highways. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
In his campaign ads, Sherrod Brown thinks everything's pretty funny. But it's not when you look at his voting record. Brown voted to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports. Unfair and dangerous. Brown introduced a bill letting transgender biological men into girls' locker rooms and girls' bathrooms. That's just not right. And Brown supported allowing puberty blockers and sex change surgery for children. Migrants are flooding into Ohio, but Brown voted for government handouts to illegal immigrants and voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities that release dangerous illegal immigrant criminals onto Ohio's streets. Sorry, Sherrod, your seriously bad votes are no joke. And Ohio doesn't think it's funny. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Bring the thrill of the stadium to your wallet with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the only checking account that rewards you for being a Crew fan. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
When life is on hold due to a painful injury or condition, every day counts. Start the path to recovery now with Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts. Start with orthopedic1.com.
This year's starting lineup at Honda Marysville is as strong as ever, so come see us.
Choose from Ohio's largest selection of Hondas and get 0% for 60 on any new CRV, HRV, Passport, Pilot, or Ridgeline with the trade.
Honda's built here, Honda's sold here. Honda Marysville. We're closer than you think.
0% with approved credit and 80% of MSRP financed. 2010 or newer trade with KBB appraisal at $2,500 or more. Must take delivery from dealer stock 10/31/24.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2 or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Hey, Bone, did you know the sports book is now called ESPN Bet?
I did, and you can watch your favorite teams on the biggest screens, place your bets, and grab some wings with an ice-cold pint.
Maybe you're too boring and don't want to go to the casino. Good news. You can keep the action going and place your bets on the go with the ESPN Bet app.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook is your 50-yard line ticket to odds, point spreads, and over-unders.
It's the place to be. Losers must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Scotty Vegas for Maxima Concrete. They redid my whole driveway, but they can do so much more, like outdoor kitchens, pools, patios, you name it. Mention this ad for $250 off your next project with Maxima Concrete and visit MaximaConcrete.com.
Columbus, the wait is over. Blue Jackets hockey is back. Come feel the boom all season long. Be here Tuesday, October 15th for the home opener, presented by Nationwide. Get your tickets today at BlueJackets.com.
Listen to Sherrod Brown. When he wanted your vote,
on major issues, I'll stand up to the president of my own party.
But Sherrod Brown doesn't stand up to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. He votes with them 97% of the time. Brown supported Biden and Harris on radical issues like amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants. Brown voted to give nearly $1 billion in COVID stimulus checks to convicted criminals in prison, even the Boston Marathon bomber. And Brown voted to give taxpayer-funded health care to illegals who get amnesty and Social Security benefits, too. So the next time Sherrod Brown tells you,
I'll stand up to the president of my own party,
ignore it. Because 31 years in Washington has changed Sherrod Brown. He's not for us anymore. And he's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.americancrossroads.org.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Blue skies, light winds, and a fair finish on this Wednesday. Temperatures near 70 degrees. Overnight, clear and cool once again down to around 40, but plenty of sunshine by Thursday afternoon with highs in the upper 60s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of This Stupid Show. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling. The Florida Panthers raised their banner last night. They beat, who was it, Boston?
Yeah, I believe that's who they were playing.
I like that team. Yes, they won the championship, and it's like, I would love to have one. I just want one of those teams, though.
What do you mean?
Like, everybody's angry at them. Like, scuffles and fights, and you could tell the Bruins, they were getting under their skin all night long because Matthew Tkachuk's out there just punching people in the nads.
Oh, you're talking about how the Panthers are getting under the Bruins' skin. Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
I want that team.
Yeah, I do too. I want a team that gets under your skin and also does it because they're good.
Yes. We've had the guys who have done that who are bad.
They fight you all the time and then lose 6-2.
Yes.
I've seen that. I would like it where you're actually beating the other team's ass figuratively and literally.
So they held off on, having the public ring ceremony. Here's what I don't understand. It's like, Hurricane Milton's coming in the Gulf of Mexico. It's not going to affect us in Miami necessarily, but it's in bad taste to have a ring ceremony. Instead, we'll just play a hockey game.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you're
there.
I don't know what that has to.
You're raising a banner.
I don't get what that has to do with anything, honestly. Like, I mean, again, I don't live in Florida. They just went through it already once with a hurricane. Maybe the mood there is anything celebratory right now would seem odd.
But they were still there celebrating the championship last night.
I know.
The banner goes up.
You didn't cancel the game,
right,
to your point.
I'm not being insensitive about this hurricane.
No, I know you're not.
It looks horrible. I can't believe that people have to deal with this again, but I don't know how handing out a ring, poor taste. Playing a hockey game and putting a banner up, no problem with that.
2.5 hour event you can do, but having 10 minutes where you hand out rings and everyone is happy they got the rings.
Anyway, they still handed out the rings, but it was a private ceremony, not a public one. But they did show off the rings, the Panthers did, on social media. 15.6 carats each ring. Included loads of diamonds. I'll give you the exact count in a second. Plus depictions of the official WWE and NHL Stanley Cup championship belt. I didn't know there was such a thing.
They had a belt. I remember that they were doing that.
The state of Florida is also depicted on the rings. Palm trees and a rat.
Nice.
Because they
throw the rats on
plastic rats on the rats.
Yeah.
Right. So here's the gem count for the 15.6 carat.
Jeff Rimmer's face on it anymore?
No, that was not on there. 554 diamonds. This is per ring. 554 diamonds, 16 princess cut rubies, 1 round ruby, 9 blue sapphires, and 37 yellow sapphires per ring.
Wow.
Wow is right.
That's pretty stunning. They do the thing where it opens up or anything? Because I know some of these rings now they've done where they come apart.
It doesn't look like that. Doesn't look like that's the case.
That's still. I mean, they have the Stanley Cup all in diamonds. The image of the Stanley Cup is
there's
purely
554 diamonds.
Well, I know. I'm saying
but what's the clarity? I don't know.
Well, I do see that they've got like some of the rubies are there in the like. There's a ruby for the eye of the panther because there's a red eye. That's pretty amazing.
I like the old panther better. I don't like this newer panther.
Yeah,
the old panther had the claws out. It was coming for you. This panther looks like it's smelling a fart. It's got its nose up in the air.
It's too regal.
Kind of a pompous panther, to be honest with you.
Oh, hey, speaking of animals, I got a little Wildcard Wednesday story for you. This involves bears. Are you aware of the Fat Bear contest that the national parks do every year?
Yes, only because you told me about it last week.
Well, Bodie, have you ever heard of this? The Fat Bear contest? Do you know what this is?
No idea.
Okay. The national parks keep an eye on all the bears that are in their parks. They need to know how many bears are there and how their populations are doing. All these different animals. They try to keep tabs on them. So they have cameras out where they monitor the animals. They keep an eye out for the largest bears every year. This time of year, bears are fattening up before they hibernate for the winter. So they got to eat all this food. Well, they had a contest with all the photos of the fattest bears in the national parks. And they got down to 2. These bear names are given, obviously, by the Park Service. Grazer, one bear, beat another bear called Chunk by more than 40,000 votes. because they got down to the final two. People said, this is the bear. This is the fattest bear we've ever seen, or the fattest bear this year, whatever. Here's the thing. Chunk was the defending champion of the Fat Bear contest. Chunk won last year. This year, Grazer beating Chunk was a nice victory in its own right. Also, sadly for Grazer, she lost one of her baby bears who was killed by another bear.
Oh.
Which is sad, but now she's got this great redemption story that I'm sure
I'm
cares
very, very aware of it.
But
I have so many people to thank.
The bear that killed her baby cub was Chunk. Oh! Yeah! So take that, Chunk. Yeah! You can, I don't even know what I was going to say. You can do something with that. I guess.
But you know what? If she had that cub, she wouldn't have won this contest.
The cub would have been taking some food away from her.
The cub would have been taking the food. She wouldn't get as fat.
Oh, you know what? So Chunk kind of made a self-inflicted error there.
That's exactly right.
Way to go, Chunk. You lost it for yourself. Could have been a two-time champ. Could have been defending champ. That would have been something. Raise a banner for that.
Sorry, Chunk.
Well, they wouldn't raise a banner for Chunk because there's a hurricane coming.
In all seriousness, with the hurricane, you got Milton coming now. Right? You just had Helene.
Looks horrible.
I don't know how people physically live in disaster areas. The reality is we got it pretty easy in the state of Ohio. Yeah. We don't get a ton of severe weather. We don't get hit with huge snowfalls usually. We don't get tornadoes like Oklahoma does usually. I know it's happened. Don't at me with pictures. I get it. But I'm talking about historically. We don't get the earthquakes that like Southern California gets, or the tropical storms, or the hurricanes. We got it pretty easy where we live. Like the mental anguish that would take out of you. First of all, losing everything, getting your home destroyed, the possibility of that, I can't even wrap my mind around it. Especially now that insurance rates are so high, if you can even get insurance. A lot of these people lose everything, and then they have nothing. Ugh. There's not even a check that they can go cash to buy new things. They have nothing. But just, can you imagine living in one of these coastal communities? Every single time you turn on the weather and you see, oh, there's a cloud coming off the coast of Africa now, just that pit in your stomach that would form. I'd give myself a bleeding ulcer. I don't know how these people do it.
I don't understand it either. And I'm looking at this thing right now where they're projecting it to go through. I mean, it looks like it's going to go like right through just like south of Tampa and all the way across the state. And I know, like, if you live on the East Coast side, it's like, well, it's going to hit the west first, and then it's going to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, so you'll only get 10 inches of rain to deal with and 70-mile-an-hour winds instead of 130.
There was a guy last night I saw who was like a meteorologist. He was talking about this, and he's literally giving the update like, folks, there is a physical limitation to what our atmosphere can produce as far as storms go. This hurricane, when it was over the Gulf, is almost at the maximum capacity that like an Earth can create of a hurricane. That's what this is. So like as bad as it can be, basically, is where this thing was.
I like how we're having the same conversation about hurricane strength that baseball nerds have about fastball speed. It's like, guys, your tendons can only get you to throw so hard. I mean, you can't throw 120.
Yes, the Gulf of Mexico will be going for Tommy John after this hurricane.
That's what I mean. It's burning itself out.
I guess.
Man, you don't have those hurricanes that can go 8 innings anymore.
No.
He's got those quick in and outers, but man, do they do a lot of damage, always going for the strikeout.
That's how they're talking now. They're like, yeah, remember back in the day when the oceans could only produce like 1 or 2 hurricanes? Now we got like every team's got a hurricane on it. Every guy's got a 105-mile-an-hour fastball. That's kind of where we're at now with the oceans, it seems like.
Fat Boy Food Champ coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a 5-minute delay if you need to travel on westbound 670 between 71 and 315. And watch out for a 10-minute slowdown if you need to use eastbound 70 on the east side between James Road and 270. This report is sponsored by Norton 360. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. While multi-factor authentication is another step to staying cyber safe, Norton 360 offers the cyber protection you need to protect yourself from today's sophisticated threats. Get up to 58% off at norton.com/secure. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
listen to Sherrod Brown. When he wanted your vote.
On major issues, I'll stand up to the president of my own party.
But Sherrod Brown doesn't stand up to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. He votes with them 97% of the time. Brown supported Biden and Harris on radical issues like amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants. Brown voted to give nearly $1 billion in COVID stimulus checks to convicted criminals in prison, even the Boston Marathon bomber. And Brown voted to give taxpayer-funded health care to illegals who get amnesty and Social Security benefits, too. So the next time Sherrod Brown tells you,
I'll stand up to the president of my own party,
ignore it. Because 31 years in Washington has changed Sherrod Brown. He's not for us anymore. And he's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.americancrossroads.org.
Every time I go to get groceries, it's so expensive. It's all changed so much in such a short time because of the Democrats' inflation. As a single mom, sometimes it's hard to put food on the table for my family. Sherrod Brown has only made the problem worse. Brown put Kamala's radical agenda before us and voted for her Inflation Act. Now we're stuck with the consequences, and prices are at a 40-year high. But it's an election year. He's pretending to fight for us. Well, where was Brown's help before? Sherrod Brown's shown he will only hurt families like mine. That's why I'm supporting Bernie Moreno. Together with President Trump, Moreno will fight to lower prices on groceries for families and stop Brown and Kamala's skyrocketing inflation. I trust Bernie Moreno and President Trump to always put America's families first.
I'm Bernie Moreno, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Bernie Moreno for Senate and NRSC.
Dick from Dayton says, listen to The Ryan Day Show. Paul Keels and Jim Lachey join Coach every Thursday from noon to 1.
Presented by Roosters, a fun casual joint, and official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save more with digital coupons. California red, white, or black seedless grapes are just 99 cents a pound with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Jerry, I think I invented something. Does it solve a problem? It solves a big problem.
Get Eco.
ECO. Heating and cooling companies are telling people your furnace and AC isn't worth fixing. You need to replace it with a whole new system.
You invented a solution for that?
I invented a way to fix those systems for free.
Get Eco.
ECO.
That's a great invention. How does it work?
Step 1 is to pay ECO to fix it.
I thought you said you'd fix it for free.
Step 2 is that we give you back all the money that you paid us, up to $1,500 when you get ECO to replace it.
Get Eco.
ECO.
What if your repair keeps my system running for several more years?
That would mean you got all those extra years for free.
Paying ECO to fix your furnace is like putting money in the bank.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Yes, we tried unplugging and then plugging them back in. It didn't help. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Wednesday. It's Wildcard Wednesday. Please do tweet us at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. One quick wild card before we get to Fat Boy Food Tap.
Okay.
You are scurrying to the toilet, ready to release hell. Gabby Thomas intercepts you in a thong, ready to go to Pleasure Town. Do you release hell on the toilet or fight through it and risk releasing hell during the heat of passion?
That's a
tough one.
Yeah, but I think at that point it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You're probably just going to have to hope for the best.
Can I tell you something? I wouldn't do that to fictional Gabby in this scenario. I wouldn't do that to her, because if there was even a chance that I would unleash bowels during our lovemaking time, I'd have to pass.
Can I ask how long you think the lovemaking time is going to take? Like, yeah, if you were like, yeah, this is going to be a 3-hour process, well, then sure, you're right. Something could happen. But if it's like, yeah, this is going to be over in 10 minutes anyway.
But but you don't have 10 minutes to spare. You're running to the bathroom.
I understand, but you got to, you've never had to hold it?
Not like that. Sometimes you just can't.
Well, you're right.
If you're running, that means you've tried to hold it and it didn't work.
Yeah,
I'm going to the crapper. I'm sorry, Gabby. Actually, I'm not. I'm doing it for you.
You're doing it for
Gabby.
her. That's right. It's how chivalrous of you.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
Now, this has not been verified by me. I'm just getting a couple texts about it, about the Chicken Big Mac, which is supposed to start at McDonald's tomorrow. However, there are locations already running it. We have some people who have already eaten it. I just concurred from the pictures that it's the McChicken patties on a Big Mac.
Right, that's what it looked like to me.
But listeners are saying it's completely different. They're using different patties.
Really?
So they're not McChickens. They're not McCrispies.
Huh.
They're like a completely different breaded product. Now,
well, that alone would get me to try it just because I would want to find out what that chicken product is then.
They may be mistaken. Maybe just a different vessel is throwing them off, and it is the McChicken patties. But regardless, tomorrow I have it earmarked in my phone, like a little alarm was going to go off in the morning.
Yeah.
Telling me Chicken Big Mac time. So I'll come in with my review tomorrow.
Are you aware, and maybe you guys talked about this last week, but this is another thing that supposedly is debuting this week, and I think it's actually already there because I saw it on a menu board when I stopped at this place yesterday. But I was stopping for breakfast, so I didn't get it. The Krusty Krab collab with Wendy's?
Yes.
So
you and I talked about it a few months ago when they announced it, and then we did mention it last week as well.
The Krabby Patty is happening now at Wendy's, apparently.
It's a Dave single with some sauce.
Yeah, it basically is that. They're calling it their top secret Krabby collab sauce, which I'm sure it'll be fine. You get that with fries. And then the drink is what I think, or the treat that you get with it is the part that I think would be appealing. The Vanilla Frosty with pineapple mango flavored puree swirl. They say that's a first of its kind Frosty flavor innovation. I'd give that a try. It'll make like a little yellow Frosty for you. I'm sure that'll be good. But yeah, I would give that a try. I'm curious what the sauce is. I wonder if it's like a Thousand Island type thing or if it's something else.
From the picture, it looks to be that.
Yes. But that to me seems like something definitely worth trying. The fact that they're even leaning into this, I would like more restaurants to take on the challenge of recreating cartoon foods in real life. For example, when I was a kid, I watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles religiously. And in every episode, practically, of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they would show pizza. And every time they had a pizza, the slice they would pick up would have cheese that would stretch from here to the moon. It never didn't have cheese that stretched like that. I want a pizza place to say, we are making the cheesy Ninja Turtles pizza. The pizza that you could only see on that cartoon. We're going to make something so cheesy, it will melt your brain, how cheesy this is. But good for Wendy's for at least trying to bring something from a cartoon somewhat to life. I like the idea. We'll see how they execute it.
There are special 40th anniversary Ghostbuster donuts at Krispy Kreme. They had the Barbie ones recently.
Okay.
Now they have Ghostbuster decorated donuts. So, I mean, it's always a gamble whether A, they're going to have them, or B, they're going to decorate them like they should in the pictures. But, I mean, they're donuts. How bad can they be? Here's something from the burner. My wife and I are coming to Columbus for our anniversary this weekend. Who has the best steak place? This is subjective, obviously. People are very loyal to their steak establishments. For my money, if we're talking about an upper-tier steak experience, I like Hyde Park. Mm-hmm. It's very delicious. I've never had a bad meal. Sides are very good as well. The Avenue is a good I like the steak frites at the Avenue. It's a skirt steak with the really thin shoestring fries. I get a side of béarnaise and go to town.
Okay.
Very delicious. What else are we thinking?
I mean, those are good suggestions right there. I don't go out as often to steak places. You probably have better recommendations.
What about York Steakhouse? Are you recommending that?
You know what? If you're looking for a budget place and some nostalgia.
No, you're not recommending that. Stop it now.
I do have a Fat Boy food tip for anyone who is traveling to the South, because I was obviously there this past week and had some different food options. There is a place I forgot to tell you about. It was a food truck pop-up type of place, but they have a restaurant in Atlanta. If you're ever in Atlanta, and if you like fusion type of food, this place might be up your alley. They are a Vietnamese / barbecue joint. They take traditional American barbecue, pulled pork, brisket, and merge that with Vietnamese dishes for a unique flavor experience. For example, I had a banh mi with pulled pork in it, like barbecue pulled pork in it. Very good. I also had brisket egg rolls. This place, what is a typical Vietnamese food, Mike, that's spelled P-H-O?
Is it pho?
Pho, that's right. And what is the last part of barbecue? If it was just the C-U-E, what would that be?
U?
Q. So if you put the first word that you said in the last part of what I just said, and you barbecue. Right.
Trying to think how big of a space.
You can't. Anyway, you can go check them out on Instagram if you want to at Eat P-H-O-C-U-E. You work out how that sounds, but you can go check that place out. It was very delicious food. And again, I know not everybody's traveling to the South anytime soon, but if Atlanta's a pretty big place, you know, a lot of people have to travel there for business or otherwise. Go check it out. It's a good spot.
All the news and notes you need as we go on campus. Coming up next, Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch out for an accident that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 670 at Cleveland Avenue. It will be slow from Neal Avenue, and you're looking at a 15-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side from 33 to Bryce Road. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
In his campaign ads, Sherrod Brown thinks everything's pretty funny. But it's not when you look at his voting record. Brown voted to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports. Unfair and dangerous. Brown introduced a bill letting transgender biological men into girls' locker rooms and girls' bathrooms. That's just not right. And Brown supported allowing puberty blockers and sex change surgery for children. Migrants are flooding into Ohio, but Brown voted for government handouts to illegal immigrants and voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities that release dangerous illegal immigrant criminals onto Ohio's streets. Sorry, Sherrod, your seriously bad votes are no joke. And Ohio doesn't think it's funny. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Hey guys, if you notice a lack of energy and drive, it could be low testosterone. Get your levels checked by the experts at Low T Center. They have over a decade of experience helping patients with testosterone therapy or TRT. And for established patients, they offer the convenience of physician-monitored at-home TRT with advanced treatment that includes both lab testing and medication. And the TRT treatment from Low T Center is an optimized personal treatment plan. Low T Center ships directly to your door. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Bo Bishop here for my friends at Diamond Cellar. Ready to pop the question but don't know where to start? Visit Diamond Cellar's After Hours on October 17th for a night out with a DJ, drinks, and exclusive discounts on engagement rings. And a chance to win OSU or CBJ tickets. Diamond Cellar's After Hours event, October 17th on Sawmill Road.
Hey, it's Anthony. Do more with your money at Tel-Ohio Credit Union. If you know Tel-Ohio Choice Checking, you know all the perks that come with your account. Cash in your benefits by setting up an account today. Find out more at telohio.org.
Certain restrictions apply. Tel-Ohio is open to all in Central and Southwestern Ohio. Federally insured by NCAA.
Rothman and Ice.
Kind of an elbow into the portal kind of deal. Hey, there's an opening over there. There's a door. It's going to open up. You hop in, and then it'll send you where, somewhere.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
High Bank Distillery is giving away free burgers for a year. Stop by any of High Bank's 3 locations October 14th through the 19th and try their $8 burgers. Upload your burger pic to social media. Tag High Bank for a chance to win. Visit highbankco.com/battle for more details.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
What John Smiley, Chairman and CEO, wants you to know about First Bank of Central Ohio.
Our competitive advantage is the number of years we've been in Central Ohio and the fact that we're able to make decisions here locally that make sense for the client. At the end of the day, it's the ability for us to say, okay, what can we do to make your banking easier for you?
Experience what it's like to be first at fbcentralohio.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
We're dealing at Reichert Ford.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Thousands of vehicles are waiting at ReichertFord.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
No Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Wednesday. Don't forget, Friday, we're going to be out and about doing the show live at Hollywood Casino Columbus inside the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Please do join us, because you know what we're going to talk about on Friday?
What are we going to talk about?
Buckeyes are playing at Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And that's the day after the Jackets open up the season.
That's right.
In Minnesota.
We've had lots to talk about there.
You know what? Take it to the bank.
Take what to the bank?
Jackets. I got a good feeling.
Jackets winning?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. Opening night. I don't know how good this team's going to be. Actually, I do. Probably very bad. But I'm saying Thursday night, they shock everybody. They go out, get themselves a victory.
I'd love to see that. That'd be a great way to start the season.
I felt happy for the Utah people yesterday.
Oh, the Utah fans?
First game in Utah land for the Utah Hockey Club. They take care of the Blackhawks 5-2. It's nice.
Well, Blackhawks probably going to be poo again, right?
Yes.
It's hard to say. It's probably going to happen again.
Yes.
All right.
But the Utahkies.
But yeah, they got they're 1-0. Great start to the season. Good job.
All right, on campus.
Common Man and T-Bones. On campus, the latest college sports news and notes.
Sponsored by Reverse Aesthetics. Does it jiggle or shake? Schedule your medical weight loss consultation today at reverse-aesthetics.com.
Bo Tell them.
Well, man, the NCAA, we talked earlier today about how they have approved some changes to the transfer portal. Now there's going to be a shorter amount of time that you can be in the transfer portal. So that will affect how, all the flipping of programs, that kind of stuff. Players are going to have to make their decisions a little quicker. Something else that just came down within the last hour or so, the NCAA has approved the elimination of the National Letter of Intent program. So here's a little backstory on the NLI, not the NIL. Back in 1964, they established this program. It's existed. It's a binding agreement between prospective athletes and college programs for the last 60 years.
Something's really not.
Well, here's the interesting thing. No, you can sign a National Letter of Intent.
That's right.
You sign it. That's like National Signing Day.
Yes,
high schoolers sign it. Now they are officially, you have to cut off, theoretically, you have to cut off recruiting, those players if they've signed their NLI, the National Letter of Intent. However, that is also a thing that transfer athletes have had to do, but it seems like it's not quite the full scope of what they need. So I didn't realize this. You can technically go to a school without signing your National Letter of Intent. It is a voluntary program. Not every school has to require it. Most schools and all NCAA schools do require this. That is the agreement that you're going to get funding for your scholarship. That you do have to sign. That is now what they are going to lean on. Instead of this National Letter of Intent, they're eliminating that, and you'll just sign your financial aid documents like any other college student would. Here's the thing. This apparently looks like, to a lot of people observing this, as a first step toward saying, all right, we're going to pay these athletes some of this $2.8 billion settlement from all the TV revenues that they never got, or we're going to have to pay anyway because eventually the sport's going to become a little bit more professionalized. Well, then, we can do that through this financial aid document. So it looks like the NCAA, with this ruling, is trying to prepare for what seems like an inevitability. There will eventually be contracts and payments to players that will come from the schools, not just from the NIL, not NLI, the NIL people. I'm just glad we don't have to confuse NLI and NIL anymore.
Yes.
But whatever.
Thank
Glad
God.
that's gone. Georgia suspended Colby Young after the wide receiver was arrested on misdemeanor charges of battery and assault on an unborn child. He was booked by the Athens-Clarke County Police Department at 4:18 a.m.
Again, I'd like to point
Tuesday
out
morning.
how wonderful it is that this is a misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor, apparently.
Yeah, he beat up a pregnant woman. Misdemeanor.
He was later released on a $2,500 bond for the assault charge. According to Kirby Smart, he said, quote, I got to speak to him this morning. He's been suspended indefinitely until this legal matter is resolved. We can't really comment any further on the specifics of it, but had a good meeting with him this morning. We're committed to continuing to educate our players and do the best job we can of making sure they understand the serious nature of these incidents. Kirby Smart is the clearest example of a guy that we have in college football right now, where if you win, it does not matter what your team does. You have had literally players killed in driving accidents. You have had, and staffer, you have had multiple players arrested for that very same thing, cited for it, with little to no pushback. You have had multiple incidents like this where there's been violent stuff done, and it really just makes little blips on the news, and then oh, well, anyway, Georgia, one of the best teams in the country. I obviously know what happened when they played Alabama, but this is the type of thing that a lesser coach with a lesser resume, it would have already got him probably kicked out of wherever he is. But Kirby Smart wins, so no one cares. And I think that's pretty sad. Where else do we want to go here very quickly? Lincoln Riley's mad about the ignore replay rule on the loss they had in Minnesota.
Riley can shut the hell up.
Maybe you should win some more games before you complain. I mean, yes, maybe they got that one wrong. Explain all the other pieces of all the other losses that you've had.
We were talking about Utah. They had their hockey debut last night. They won, Utah Hockey Club. Did you hear my little song I made about Timmy moving to Utah?
I did not hear
as a
this.
youngster?
No.
Gotten a lot of requests to play it again.
I'd love to hear it. Can we play it now?
Yes.
Well, please do.
There's a little song about Timmy when he was a youngin', moving to Utah, and how the Utah kids did not accept him.
A nice clean boy moves to Utah, tries to meet new friends. The LDS kids are very cautious. He tries not to offend. The nice clean boy is a bit of a talker. He comes on way too strong. The Utah lads need a bit of a buffer. The nice clean boy don't belong. Oh, Timmy, you simply don't fit in. Oh, Timmy, your skin is just too thin. Oh, Timmy, won't you shut your mouth? Oh, Timmy, move back to the south. They put pastrami on their burgers. Those Utah folks are strange. Caffeine's bad, but guns are good. It's hard to make this change. A nice, clean boy has a famous neighbor. His name is Jerry Sloan. The Utah kids don't like the black folk unless it's Karl Malone. Oh, Timmy, you simply don't fit in. Oh, Timmy, your skin is just too thin. Oh, Timmy, won't you shut your mouth? Oh, Timmy, move back to the south. The nice, clean boy grows up to be a Buckeye radio star. Spends his days shopping at the Sam's Club. His time in Utah leaves a scar. Loves to play a game of ping pong, a silver chain on his chest. Wears his watch on his right hand, but jerks with the left. Oh, Timmy, you simply don't fit in. Oh, Timmy, your skin is just too thin. Oh, Timmy, won't you shut your mouth? Oh, Timmy, move back to the south.
Catchy, huh?
It is very catchy. That's right. I forgot about Timmy having his left-right situation going.
Yep. That's a true story, by the way. We learned that one day. Timmy's right-handed, but doesn't trust the right hand when it comes to self-gratification. Prefers the left. I am living in bizarro world. I'm going to tell you why coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 10-minute slowdown if you need to travel on westbound 670 from 5th Avenue to 315. And slow traffic is causing a 20-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between I-70 and North Broadway. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary. Does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Tire Discounters announces our latest breakthrough, TD Chat BS. This software allows us to detect untruths, deceptions, and even outright lies. Let's listen in as we call a local car dealer.
Hi, I drive your model of auto or truck. I need servicing.
Oh, that's great. You should always call the dealer for service to make sure your warranty stays intact.
Untruth.
Excuse me?
I can attend at Tire Discounters for all services, even for all manufacturers' scheduled maintenance. Warranty not affected.
But it's only us dealers who really know our own models.
Deception. Tire Discounters technicians are certified experts for all makes and models.
Okay, maybe.
How many dollars do you charge me for? As few as Tire Discounters?
We are not that much more.
Outright lie. Ending call now. Bye.
No,
Adios. Aloha. Hasta la pasta.
Right now, save up to $250 on Cooper tires, and Shocks and Struts are buy 3, get 1 free.
My mind is blown.
Fox Tonight, the Masked Singer prepares.
May the best mask win.
For a double elimination.
The stakes are as high as Robin's falsetto.
Then it's TV's biggest trivia game show.
I'm Rob Lowe, and this is The Floor.
In a quest for $250,000, intimidation creeps in.
Are you serious?
But who's bluffing?
I don't know what to believe anymore.
The Floor is all new.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
so much happening every day.
ABC6 News is on your side, helping you understand the events that impact your community.
Do you believe Columbus City Schools is in a PR crisis?
Central Ohio's most experienced team of reporters, persistent in getting answers to the questions you're asking.
Are you worried about how people are going to react?
And when you need us, ABC6 News is on your side, finding solutions.
6 on your side, they're the ones willing to answer the phone.
You can count on ABC6 News to be on your side.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Thank you for calling Great Lakes. Great Lakes Kia.
Do you like scary movies?
Nah, they don't scare me.
What does scare you?
High car payments. They make me want to scream.
And at Great Lakes Kia?
We have brand new Kias, under $5 a day. Come pick one out.
Maybe I'm already here.
Cool. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorrento LX. All 3 under $5 a day.
That's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
At Great Lakes Kia.
What if I have scary credit?
No problem. Get approved with 0% financing.
Perfect. And I'm right behind you.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus, GreatLakesKia.com.
Can I hang up now?
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keel. 6th inning in Detroit. The Tigers have a 3-0 lead over the Cleveland Guardians in Game 3 of their American League Divisional Series that is tied at 1-1 going into the day today. New York Yankees will be in Kansas City to beat the Royals tonight in the 3rd game of their ALDS. That series knotted at 1-1. Clark Schmidt pitching for the Yankees, Seth Lugo for the Royals. Meanwhile, in the National League, it'll be Philadelphia, New York, where the Mets have a 2-1 lead. Ranger Suarez pitching for the Phillies. Jose Quintana on the mound for the Mets, who go for the clinch. And later tonight, it's Los Angeles at San Diego. Padres a 2-1 lead over the Dodgers. This update is brought to you by Valley Ford of Columbus. From F-150 to F-750, Valley Ford of Columbus is Ohio's commercial truck headquarters. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only thing harder than common man's arteries is T-Bone thinking about a red-bellied woodpecker. This is Man and Bone.
I just got off the phone with my mother.
Yeah? What's going on with her?
It's just exhausting. Things that shouldn't be exhausting are exhausting.
Okay, explain.
Right, Bodie, how old are your parents or parent? I don't.
Please don't say a number that starts with a 4.
My mom
really gonna be
and
depressing.
dad are. So my mom was born in 70. So what would that be?
Jesus, that's enough.
Okay, no.
That's 68.
That's
so
fine. She's
mid-50s.
Yeah, they're in their 50s. That makes sense.
Early 50s.
They're in their 50s. Well, you got about 20 years.
Okay.
You got about 20 years
Look
until you just
forward
want to
to
take
it.
an ice pick and shove it in your eyeball. Because this is what I have now. My mother calls me this morning. Do you want to come over for dinner this weekend? What day are you thinking about, Ma? Because we haven't seen him for a while.
Right,
You know,
sure.
this is going to be, we'll have to do something with him.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll talk to the boss and let you know. So then I talk to the boss. She says Saturday would work better. So then I text my mom. Saturday.
Saturday's good.
I get like 19 emojis because that's how my mom texts now.
Sure.
Right? Old people with their emojis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. She calls me during the show.
Oh.
You know what time I'm on the air.
Of course.
She doesn't care. So I'm thinking, Jesus, is someone dead? Did the old man die? Like, what's going on?
Right. If you're getting a call during the show, it usually is an emergency. If it's your close family, they know when you're on.
So then I see she left a voicemail because she always does. Hi, it's your mother. I know who it is.
It says so on the phone.
Hey, I know you said Saturday, but how about Sunday?
What? You said Friday, Saturday, or Sunday?
You gave me the choice.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now you're saying, how about Sunday? So then I call Kristen. Did you talk to this crazy woman? Or she just calls me? No, she didn't call here. I have the same voice for both of them.
Well, it was slightly different. I appreciate your effort.
Meh. So can we go over on Sunday now? Fine. Then I call Mom back. Sunday, fine. Oh, because I canceled everything for Saturday. We're available Saturday now. Shut up! Put you in a home on Saturday. Pack up all your crap.
Let's go. Yes. Do you enjoy it when you have to coordinate with other members of the family too? Like if Christian's sister is involved or your sister's involved or something. Now there's like a whole nother thing where it's like,
I love it.
We want this day, but then the other person needs this other day. And then it's a bad day for the parents on either day. And it's like, well, why don't we just not ever see each other? How's that work? Is that easier? Let's just do that.
I love it when I get the conversation that starts with, leave this day open. For what?
Oh.
You going to tell me what it is?
Yeah.
So I can see if I want to leave it open or not? These relatives you've never met are coming down for dinner. Well, good for them. Cook them a nice meal. I got something to do.
The amount of stuff now, too, with like the family stuff when it comes to like Christmas, Thanksgiving. My mom is putting markers out in like August for those dates.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
It's like, I don't know, Mom. I don't know what I'm doing next week.
Here, Mom.
Yeah.
It's 97 degrees outside.
It's like, well, we were thinking, how about we do the dinner on this day at this time? And it's like, I don't even know what we're doing next week, Mom, right now. Sure. I guess, let me find out if that works for us 8 months from now. I guess we'll plan it. Let's do that.
What is today, the 9th?
Of October? Yeah.
I've been told that on the week of the 21st, my mother-in-law will be putting up the Christmas tree, in case you wanted to stop over for a carol.
10 days before Halloween.
Whatever.
You know what? F them kids, right? That's what she says. Just F them kids. Let them come over and see what we celebrate now.
It's Wildcard Wednesday.
I want to have a haunted Christmas tree. That's what I want. I want one that ghosts pop out of it and all that.
I'm living in bizarre world. Will you help me with something?
I'll try.
So I'm reading an article today about how Billy Napier may be saving his job at Florida after all.
Okay.
Because after a disastrous start, they've won their last 2 games. They beat Mississippi State.
Bad.
Who's awful.
Yeah.
But more impressively, they've beaten UCF.
What?
Okay.
Huh?
But this is where we are right now. Florida beats Central Florida.
Right.
And people are saying, I don't know. Maybe he's saving his job. If he manages to beat Tennessee this week, what planet are you on? Look, I know Tennessee just lost last week, so I guess they can crawl into a ball and die, or they'll beat you by 80.
Right. What are we even... All right, let's just run through what Florida's done this year. They got smoked by Miami. They beat Samford, which who cares? Samford, the other Birmingham college that is not UAB. That's who they beat. They got smoked by Texas A&M, and then they've beaten Mississippi State.
And UCF. So and the Weird Al movie UHF. They also beat them.
You're now 3-2 on the year, and this is saving your job. They're going to get destroyed by Tennessee. Right? I don't care if they lost.
They're going to lose by like 100 points.
This game's in Tennessee, is it not?
I don't know.
I think it's in Knoxville.
Sing Rocky Top on his corpse.
Here's their next 3 games, by the way. I'm sorry. Let me give you their next 5 games where he's going to save his job. Tennessee on the road.
Loss.
Kentucky at home. Probably a loss. Georgia on the road.
Loss.
Well, Georgia is the neutral site. They do the world's largest cocktail
party. Played on the moon at 0 gravity. Loss.
And then they play Texas November 9th.
Loss.
And then they host number 13 LSU. Probably loss.
Although they're frauds too.
Let's say they get one of those, 2 of those. You're still like at that point a 5-loss team, and we haven't even hit the end of the season. So no, they barely are going to get to 500 at best this year. That is where they are going to be. The only chances they have at wins coming up. After that, they play a top 10 team in Ole Miss. If Ole Miss stays where they are, the only other game that looks winnable on their schedule for them right now is Florida State. We're also in a disastrous spiral. So, yes, congratulations. You might be able to beat Florida State and one of your other last 6 games. Is that saving your job? There's no. Now, again, if he goes and wins all these games, sure, he saves his job. Also, if I grow 2 feet tomorrow, I might be in the NBA. This is not going to happen. These are improbabilities.
Bone, will you please go over by my parents for dinner this weekend? No. Quite frankly, they're blind enough they won't even know it's not me. Because I just got another text from her.
I think they will.
No, they won't. And they probably would prefer it. As you were talking.
Yeah.
Saturday or Sunday, I need to know. What? Are you booking Robert Goulet? What? You're putting something in the oven and shoving it in my face. These people are basically invalids. I need to know.
They got a big day of going to Costco at 5 p.m. on a Saturday. They got to know which day.
No, they won't go at 5 p.m. They'll go at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Whatever the prime day is, whatever the prime time is to go to Costco, they got to do that on
these
Saturday,
retired
Sunday.
people, they have nothing to do. So instead of going to Costco on a Tuesday at 10 when they open, I get a call from the nut job Saturday afternoon. We just came back from Costco. Man, is it crowded? Yes, because this is when people who have jobs go to Costco. You don't have a job, and yet you decide to go.
Yes.
We just went out to dinner at this very new restaurant that got a ton of great reviews at 7 o'clock on a Saturday. Man, was it crowded.
Mm-hmm. That's how that works.
The people.
They've planned a vacation for tomorrow in Tampa Bay. They've decided, let's fly in right now.
We got a good deal.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a little rainy, though. A little rainy. Couldn't really enjoy the pool. The roof of the hotel blew away.
God.
We got a deal.
I'm laughing again. I'm not laughing at your parents. I'm laughing with you that parents seem to be like this because my parents also do this type of thing all the time.
My parents got a timeshare in South Carolina.
Oh, nice.
So they go to South Carolina twice a year. Ask me if they like South Carolina.
I'm going to guess they don't like South Carolina.
You think if they went twice a year by choice, you'd think they would enjoy it?
Right.
Myrtle Beach.
Oh, what I was going to say, it had to be Myrtle Beach or Hilton Head.
But every single time they go, they come back.
I don't know why we go down there. South Carolina's full of hillbillies.
Yes, it is.
That's a prime feature of South Carolina. That is what they have a lot of. You're exactly right.
These people. A lot of tattoos on the face.
Yes, I would think if you went to Los Angeles, and you came back and boy, I got to tell you, a lot of hippies out there. Yeah, go figure. That's kind of
what. A lot of brown-skinned people.
Yes, Mom. That's what they have there. For some people, it's a perk.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing. All the above. That's fine.
Oh, my God. And I got to handle all this because my sister's not going to do anything.
Oh,
she'll show up at the funeral, but she's not going to help with anything else. I guarantee that.
Have you had the thought that maybe you just need to move just so that it's like, oh, hey, look who's closer now.
I can't move now.
No, look at there. You're only an hour or two away. I live in Dubai, so I guess that's a bye-bye from me from Dubai. Have fun.
They live. You know how close they live.
They live right down the. I know they live right down the street from you.
If you get in a car, you pull out of my driveway. It's 32 seconds. We've timed it. 32 seconds. It's like Everybody Loves Raymond, but there's no laugh track. There's nobody laughing.
There's no excuses for
crying.
Not going over. Like, oh, sorry, I can't make it over. It's like, what are you doing? I'm sitting at the house. Well, then you can get over here because it's only 30 seconds away. Just popping over. Or what does your dad like to do? Just zipping around?
Zipping. I'm zipping. Goes like 4 miles an hour on the road.
That's okay.
You better buckle up. I'm zipping.
My parents' biggest quirk is if you ask them, where are you? And the answer is not at home. The second most likely answer is Amish country. They are at home or in Amish country.
All right.
That's it. That's
At least they bring you back some donuts.
They do.
And some genetically altered puppies from the mill.
We do. We have a lot of puppies. We're selling them. We're making a profit.
We saw some history last night. I'm going to tell you about it coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got some stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 15-minute delay on eastbound 33 between Refugee Road and Ebright Road. And there's some more stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay if you're on southbound 71 on the north side between 670 and I-70. And we've got another 5-minute delay on eastbound 270 on the north outer belt from Sawmill Road to 23. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil change anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU. BMIFCU.org/Visa.
Scotty Vegas for Maxima Concrete. They redid my whole driveway, but they can do so much more, like outdoor kitchens, pools, patios, you name it. Mention this ad for $250 off your next project with Maxima Concrete and visit MaximaConcrete.com.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
If your air conditioning or furnace stops working in the middle of the night, on a weekend, or over a holiday, there's no reason to wait to get it fixed. For 100 years, Atlas Butler has been here for your family. We're always open, we work on all furnace and air conditioner brands, and it's easy and convenient to request service. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Friday nights mean high school football. Join us for the Fans High School Game of the Week.
This week, Upper Arlington at Olentangy Orange.
Live coverage starts Friday night at 6:30. Your home for Friday Night Lights. The Fan.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. The people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
You want Jersey Mike's signature sub, you get a number 13 original Italian. You want a dramatic radio idea? You get me. Like this. I'm the 7th string quarterback and the other 6 quarterbacks go down. The coach yells, DeVito, you're in. The crowd is worried until I throw a touchdown. But the other team is celebrating. Apparently, I threw the Jersey Mike's number 13 original Italian I was eating on the sidelines. Whoops. The number 13 original Italian, Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Listen to Sherrod Brown. When he wanted your vote.
On major issues, I'll stand up to the president of my own party.
But Sherrod Brown doesn't stand up to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. He votes with them 97% of the time. Brown supported Biden and Harris on radical issues like amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants. Brown voted to give nearly $1 billion in COVID stimulus checks to convicted criminals in prison, even the Boston Marathon bomber. And Brown voted to give taxpayer-funded health care to illegals who get amnesty and Social Security benefits, too. So the next time Sherrod Brown tells you,
I'll stand up to the president of my own party.
Ignore it, because 31 years in Washington has changed Sherrod Brown. He's not for us anymore, and he's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.americancrossroads.org.
Is thinning hair or a receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow from New Nordic. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start feeling your best with Hair Grow.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A perfect end of the day today with plenty of sunshine, light winds, and temperatures near 70 degrees. Those clear skies will allow temperatures to drop by Thursday morning down to around 40 when you wake up, but plenty of sunshine by the afternoon with highs in the upper 60s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
We did the math. Common Man has hosted over 5,000 shows on The Fan. 3 of them have been halfway decent. Here's Man and Bone.
I don't think I have to stretch when I tell you this ain't one of them.
No.
This is not one of them.
I mean, it's not eligible to be because we
Doesn't
have
matter,
to have
even if it was.
me, you, and Panama Ted all have to be here for that. But no, this is on Bodie. This is not on you. That's on us, 100%.
No,
just
Bodie
so you
does a
know,
fantastic job.
I would
That's
have
all.
to agree, honestly.
No, it's on us. And thank you. You're right. By the way, we're on QVC right now. We are looking at your favorite. Are these the Kringles?
I love Kringles.
They're like these pastry things. They're round. They look delicious.
What bakery is it from?
It says Racine,
Wisconsin.
Yeah. So there you go. Those are your Kringles. It's that time of year, buddy.
Anytime.
Holidays are upon us.
It's always Kringle time. Doesn't have to be holiday time.
I want a Kringle right now. I'm missing the fact that I don't know why I haven't had one.
You know what?
I need to do it.
A buddy of mine just sent me one not too long ago.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's a cinnamon roll. I'm saying it like it still lives. It's gone. It was gone very quickly.
Yes.
Cinnamon roll Kringle. So the filling is obviously think about the center of the roll.
Yeah.
That's the filling.
Oh, yes.
And then it's just got the icing, frosting.
Whichever one is the correct, I don't know.
I think actually technically that is icing. Oh, because they're drizzling.
Oh, is that what it is? So it's the technique, not the actual stuff.
You know what? I don't care anymore.
Good. I'm glad you don't care.
It's Wildcard Wednesday.
There was something I was going to... Oh, speaking of not alive, not existing anymore, Robert Goulet.
Oh.
Been dead for a while.
I didn't know that.
We brought him up earlier. People were letting us know. Goulet, dead.
Okay.
The impression that Will Ferrell does of Robert Goulet, I presume alive, but we haven't seen it in a while. Muggsy's Leaper says, my guys. Talking about our shirts that you can find on our web store, 971thefan.com. The shirts are clever and cool in the fan store. However, I would like one that clearly says Common Man and T-Bone on 97.1 The Fan, 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern, or something like that, and on the back with a GTH on the front left breast. I have 2 dogs and 3 cats, so no black, please. All right, so he wants it to say GTH on the front left, like crest area. And then on the back, all the details of when our show are on. I presume for people who maybe work here, who don't know when we're on, or people that we interact with that don't know when we're on.
That would be news to some of the people in this building.
That's what I just said. The people we work with may need that information. But
what time are you on today?
You know, I think 3 today.
3 o'clock. I think we're doing it today.
Maybe I'll feel frisky and say 2:15. Maybe. Just walk in here and say, hey, get out.
Yeah.
Rothman and Ice.
We had somebody that asked us, this was years ago. I don't think they work here anymore. I mean, I know that
you don't think they work here anymore?
No, I know they don't work here anymore. I'm trying to remember who it was to say how long ago they stopped working here. But the question that was asked of us was, well, can't you guys voice track your show to go to like an event? Yeah. Voice tracking, if you don't know, in music radio is where they go, hey, everybody, that was great. That was, you love Train? Oh, I love Train. They're awesome. Hey, coming up next, here's 3 Doors Down. And then it's just the song plays because it's 12 seconds. They don't need to have a live person do that.
They tape it.
They record it all. And then they just do it all in an hour. It plays over 4 hours. It sounds kind of live. It's not. You can't do that necessarily for a 3-hour show.
Well,
I mean, I guess you could call
fairness,
you could do a podcast, I guess.
You and I can make the same shallow genital and fart jokes at noon and then just play it back. I mean, who's to say that we're live right now?
Right, Mike. We never would do that. We would never record it and play it back as if it were live later.
We would never do that. 5 something.
20, hang on, carry the 1. 24 should be.
We had some history last night.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Campbell became the first NHL assistant coach who doesn't have a dong.
The first woman to be an NHL assistant coach.
Woman, yes.
Good for her.
I think that's great.
I have said this for a long time. I do not understand why. I mean, I have a rough idea why, but I don't understand why people have had such a hang up about women being coaches. My rough guess as to why is that, well, I never done it before. Ah! It's like, right.
First of all, she has done it before at various levels. But she also played collegiate hockey at a very high level, then played professional hockey in women's leagues across the world.
Yes. Like what I'm saying is, to the idea that a woman could not coach men is that to me is as backwards as any of the thoughts that came out of the 30s and 40s with regards to people of a different skin color not be able to play baseball or what have you. Like that is just so backwards to think that couldn't happen. I have never understood that. And I hope that eventually we will have a woman head coach in the NHL, in the NBA. You will have a manager in baseball who will be a woman. I would hope you have a football coach in the NFL who will be a woman. All these things can happen because I got news for you. There are lots of people coaching those sports now who never played them at the professional level, but they are great coaches. And I don't think it matters if you played professionally or not to coach professional athletes. It matters if you're a leader and if you can communicate effectively what your goals are for your team, motivate them, give them correction when they need it, all that stuff. And plenty of women can do that just as well as men.
I can say this just from experience, and I'm sure you can too. There's only a few people on earth that I'm absolutely terrified of disappointing. None of them have penises. So from that standpoint, like I would be so ashamed if I let a woman that I admired down.
Sure.
Even more so than a dude.
Yeah, I understand
If
that.
I look over there and Pat Summitt's giving me a look, may she rest in peace.
Right.
I hope she's hanging out with Robert Goulet.
Yeah.
Pat Summitt gave birth in the rice paddies and then just came right back out and coached.
That's right.
I don't know why it has to be a rice paddy.
I don't know. Is that what they have in Tennessee?
Tobacco fields or something. But can you imagine looking over at her?
No.
You can tell her you don't know what you're talking about?
I'm telling you right now, like, you think that for a second, Nadine Moserall coaches over at OSU Women's Hockey. I'm a fan of Nadine's. She is a friend of ours. We live not far away. We know her personally. So I'll put that all out there. I don't know her, but I know her. My family does. What I'm saying is,
not invited to these shindigs.
She has been invited as an assistant for Jackets preseason stuff. And I have no doubt that she could probably coach any of those players just as well as some of the male coaches could. Now, she hasn't had a lot of experience coaching professional athletes, but you know who else hasn't? Every college coach who's never coached professionals. Why do you think women don't have those opportunities? 9 times out of 10, it's because someone at the top is saying, we've never done it that way. We never had a woman coach. There's gatekeepers that keep women from getting those jobs. So you have to have people who are brave enough to say, we will do that. We think there's no problem with that. That allows more opportunity to happen. And eventually you will see more coaches being assistants who are women. And then where do they typically hire from? The assistant coaching ranks. They usually get the call up to be the head coach. And I got news for you. There's plenty of women who could do better jobs than a lot of the guys who are getting the jobs right now.
Yes. Bone and I are pro-vagina. Somebody else who is pro-vagina, name dropping with Jeff Rimmer coming up next. He actually ripped his member off. He has one now. It's by choice.
You get one when you rip it off?
I'm retired now. I don't need this.
So you can rip it off and it just instantly turns into the other thing?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
That's exactly right.
Oh.
But
I don't need to know more.
No,
it's
that's
fine. We can just leave it there.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer is next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got an hour slowdown due to an accident that's on the right shoulder of northbound 71. On the north side after Cook Road, you'll find it stop and go from I-70 there. And there's a 5-minute delay on eastbound 161 between Little Turtle Way and New Albany Road. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save up to $160 on select sets of 4 Nokian tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends October 31st. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
My mind is blown.
Fox Tonight, the Masked Singer prepares. May the best mask win for a double elimination.
The stakes are as high as Robin's falsetto.
Then it's TV's biggest trivia game show.
I'm Rob Lowe, and this is The Floor.
In a quest for $250,000, intimidation creeps in.
Are you serious?
But who's bluffing?
I don't know what to believe anymore.
The Floor is all new. Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
So much happening every day.
ABC6 News is on your side, helping you understand the events that impact your community.
Do you believe Columbus City Schools is in a PR crisis?
Central Ohio's most experienced team of reporters, persistent in getting answers to the questions you're asking.
Are you worried about how people are going to react?
And when you need us, ABC6 News is on your side, finding solutions.
6 on your side, they're the ones willing to answer the phone.
You can count on ABC6 News to be on your side.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Sunday, a day of rest, relaxation, and Browns football. Catch the Brownies as they head to Philly to battle the Eagles.
Live coverage starts Sunday at 11 with the Kick It One.
Your Central Ohio home for Browns football, The Fan.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with the sound of freshness, the sound of sizzle, the sound of savings. With new low prices on hundreds of your favorite produce items, deals for days on over 1,000 items throughout the store, plus weekly sales and My Perks for even more savings at the pump. Surround yourself with savings every time you shop at your neighborhood Giant Eagle. Visit gianteagle.com for details.
Hey guys, it's Anthony Rothman. If you're feeling at a loss for energy or just not upbeat like you used to be, it could be low testosterone. That's right, it affects our moods. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help you get back to your best. But guys have different T levels, so don't go for a standard dosage plan. Look for TRT with an optimized personal treatment plan, like you'll get with the experts at Low T Center. Do it now. Go to lowtcenter.com and book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Combat falling interest rates now. Lock in a 7-month certificate from Kemba Financial Credit Union and earn up to 4.75% annual percentage yield. Visit Kemba.org for details. Hurry! This exceptional rate offer expires December 31st, 2024. APY equals annual percentage yield. Restrictions apply. $500 minimum deposit required to open and earn stated APY and $250,000 maximum deposit. Advantage status required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Jeff Rimmer. Whether it's a Porsche, an Audi, Volkswagen, Subaru, Polestar, or a certified pre-owned vehicle, Buyers Imports has you covered. And now with the new quick lube lane and an expanded service center, they'll get you in and out quickly with no appointment necessary. So whether you're buying your next vehicle or servicing your current one, elevate that experience at easy to get to and easy to deal with Buyers Imports. And come see why it's better to buy at Buyers by the airport.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone's Name Drop with the biggest name dropper of them all, Jeff Remmer.
Sponsored by Buyers Imports by the airport.
He is a broadcasting legend. In his own mind and in other people's minds as well. It's Name Dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Hello, Rims.
You're hired.
Are you out of the path of the storm?
Actually, no. We have had, I've never seen anything like this. We have had an abundance of tornadoes. And just north of us, we had a couple here in the immediate vicinity, but north of us in Martin County, which is just above Palm Beach County, there must be 4 or 5 of them right now, and some of them have been pretty strong. But the hurricane is on the west coast. It looks like it's probably going to destine to hit between Sarasota and Tampa shortly after 10 o'clock tonight. We are just getting remnants of the wind and rain, fortunately, and we're just hunkered down.
Every time I talk to you, it's another disaster. Why are you still living in this ass-backwards state?
I don't know. I'm ready to come back to Columbus, though. I've already mentioned it to my wife, Farrell. Maybe we need to move back.
Oh, I would. Rimmer, let me tell you something right now. As much crap as I give you, I would love that. I'd love it.
Can I have a permanent seat between the two of you?
No, I don't love it that much.
There's no permanent. There's no place in between us, but you're welcome to come on as often as you want. We also don't have iguanas freezing in the trees and then falling on your head when it gets under like 50 degrees.
Well, that's a bonus. I'll take it under consideration.
Hockey season, North American hockey season started up this week. We had the games in Prague last week. But the thing that I always tell people about you is that you've been in broadcasting for a long time, the game of hockey for a long time. However, your love for the game of hockey is not an act. You'll broadcast your game, and then I'll text you at 11 o'clock at night or whatever it is and say, Rims, what are you doing? And the answer is always, I'm watching more hockey, just because you love the game of hockey. So this is the first time in a long time where opening day is going to come and go, and you're not going to be involved in it. Do you find yourself enjoying it more, less? Tell me about it.
Well, I'll put it this way. I'm a little better than I expected to be here in retirement. It was the right decision for a number of reasons, some of them personal. But I will miss it. There's no question about it. And I'm right up to date on the Blue Jackets. I will continue to be up to date on the team. I talk to various people in the organization on a daily basis. And it doesn't end there. I'm a big fan of the game, as you say. I've got my own favorite teams around the National Hockey League that I like to watch. I watched 3 games last night on really what was opening night. I plan on watching several here tonight, in between watching weather forecasts and updates on what we might expect here locally and the tornado itself, because I've got a lot of friends on the west coast of Florida. One of them, Brian Engblom, who was my broadcast partner. They're really happy dogs. One of them was my broadcast partner, Brian Engblom, and he's afraid he might lose his home entirely. Freddie Modine, who has a home in Tampa, had with Helene just a terrible situation with his home. Players on the Tampa Bay Lightning, who, by the way, have moved families, dogs, players up to Carolina where they open up, because there's a strong chance that Amalie Arena could be flooded, plus the hurricane itself, to get the family out of danger, or families out of danger, made their way up north. So bottom line here, I'm up to date on everything that's going around the National Hockey League, and I've heard from another number of broadcasters here over the last week as well.
Well, Rims, our thoughts are with everybody in Florida or in the path of this hurricane. We're hoping that everybody can, make it through this okay, but obviously that's a pretty heavy thing to have to deal with for that state, and we're thinking of all you down there. On the topic of the Jackets, like you said, you're up to date on that. Defensive pairings, I find interesting here that we see that Jake Christensen gets a little bit of a promotion. He looks like he's going to be a top 2 pairing there on the defense. What does that say to you?
Well, I think he's earned it. I mean, he's played at Cleveland. He does have the offensive skills. The Jackets are looking for offense from their blue line. They're going to expect more from Zach Werenski, who had an outstanding season last year, stayed healthy. touch wood for most part, and they're looking for him to be a leader this year. But Christensen deservedly gets a chance to move up, and he's going to play alongside Severson. I expect Severson to have a better season this year. They're a little disappointed with Juracek in his training camp, and hopefully he can settle down and be the player that they expect. Some people even thought that he might have been sent back to Cleveland, but he's got to work on his game on that third pairing and or as an extra. But if he's not playing, it's back to the last season where if he's not playing, he's better off being in the American League, playing every night and playing 25, 30 minutes on the power play and an even strike.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer, brought to you by Rimmer's Friends, Buyers Imports by the Airport. You want to talk about your friends, Rims?
Never, ever do I refuse an opportunity to talk about the good folks at Buyers Imports by the Airport. They have been in business for over 100 years. And why? Because they care about their customers, be it new, used, pre-owned, or service. They're there for you. They've got a great selection of 2024s and 25s that have been coming in regularly here over the last several weeks. Whatever you're looking for in a Porsche, Audi, be it a Subaru, Volkswagen, they've always got great deals, and there's a deal on a Tiguan again if you want to head out to Buyers Imports by the Airport, or even give them a call and say, Jeff Rimmer sent you.
Rims, you just said you had some, favorites that you watch. If you could magically wave your wand and have the Blue Jackets style of play, like a certain NHL team, which team are you picking?
Oh, boy. Well, the team right here in the area that I am currently sitting and living, and that's the Florida Panthers. I mean, I give them a lot of credit. I give Bill Zito tremendous credit. That team has grit. The team has skill. They've got great goaltending, and Sergei Bobrovsky, who's rebounded after initially going to South Florida and had the weight of that $10 million a year contract. But look what he's done, in particular last season, and he was the key to that Stanley Cup victory, as well as timely scoring. And when you've got Barkov and Reinhart and Kachuk, just to name a few, that's a team that's loaded. And someday I hope that the Blue Jackets young players like Fantilli, like Matejchuk, like Cole Sillinger, who certainly stepped up last year, and I can just go down the line and be the kind of team that can show grit, and that's what's going to be expected from Coach Evison. He wants this team to play full-bore hockey, and it'll be interesting to watch them play here this season, despite the injuries and despite the losses of late of both Jenner and Voronkov, two big losses, and it'll likely be for a while.
Any names to drop before we let you go?
Absolutely. I've been waiting for this. And how excited am I? My good friend, Terry Francona, back in Ohio as manager of the Cincinnati Reds. And I've got to tell you, talking to Terry, he is back healthy. He had a number of health issues in those last 2 years in Cleveland. But sitting out last year, he is totally back, ready to go. He's got his weight down a bit, and he is just so excited to head back to Cincinnati, where he played under Pete Rose. And, of course, Pete, Terry, and yours truly were all big in Montreal with the Expos in 1984.
Thank you, Rims. We'll talk to you next week. Stay safe.
Is that name not good enough for today?
It's a great name. We knew that you would drop it. We knew that you were friends with Tito, and I'm glad that you did.
I like that you got in a crack about his weight. That's also good. Anytime you can do that.
How's Hitch doing with his weight?
Hitch has lost a lot of weight. He had to, because he had his knees operated on again, and he needed to drop a few lbs, and he was able to do it. And he looks good. Talk to him regularly. We discuss some of the teams, some of the good ones, and some of them that need to make some moves.
Thank you, Rims.
Always.
Bye-bye.
Why was it so awkward?
I don't know. I felt the need to make it awkward. I don't know. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to find stop-and-go traffic is causing a 5-minute delay on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt from Easton Way to 161. And we also have a 5-minute delay on southbound 71 on the north side from Hudson Street to I-70. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bart undercoating from $2.99 and fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with a Rhino Lining Spray-On Bed Liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roof Revivers. Whether you need a quick repair or a full replacement, Roof Revivers has you covered. Visit roofrevivers.com today. Roof Revivers. We fix leaky roofs.
Hello. I am a serious announcer hired to deliver a serious announcement. Get an Apex Pros winter tune-up for your furnace right now for only $29. Notice we are simply giving you the facts. Just $29 to make sure your furnace is ready for the upcoming Ohio winter. We know how you enjoy our usual fun and funny commercials. Hello? Beg pardon? Well, I see no reason to bring my mother into this. Good day to you, sir. Where was I? Oh, yes. A $29 tune-up will make sure your furnace runs safely and warmly all winter. That's serious. I'm serious. That's why we're not doing the usual that you've come to expect from Apex Pros. None of this or this nonsense. $29 for a furnace tune-up from Apex Pros. The pros who knows? Knows? Is that really how you say it? The pros who...
Apex Pros, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Thank you for calling Great Lakes. Great Lakes Kia.
Do you like scary movies?
Nah, they don't scare me.
What does scare you?
High car payments. They make me want to scream.
And at Great Lakes Kia?
We have brand new Kias under $5 a day. Come pick one out.
Maybe I'm already here.
Cool. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorrento LX. All three under $5 a day.
That's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
At Great Lakes Kia.
What if I have scary credit?
No problem. Get approved with 0% financing.
Perfect. And I'm right behind you.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus, GreatLakesKia.com.
Can I hang up now?
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
It's officially hockey o'clock. The Jackets open up the regular season against the Wild. Live fan coverage starts Thursday night at 7:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Proud to be your home of the Blue Jackets. The Fan.
Ready to pop the question but not sure where to start? Join us at Diamond Cellar After Hours on October 17th for a night out with a DJ, drinks, and exclusive discounts on engagement rings. With 90 days to redeem your discount, there's no rush to find the one. The ring, that is. When you stop by, you'll have a chance to win Ohio State football tickets or Blue Jackets tickets in the new Diamond Cellar Club. RSVP now at diamondcellar.com/afterhours and save up to $1,000 on qualifying purchases. See you October 17th at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road.
I'll be honest, I'm really worried about my kids and grandkids. I never thought we'd be facing a national abortion ban in this country.
That's Kim. She lives in Cincinnati and is a grandma to 6.
If something happened to my family, I'd want them to have all the help they need. But with a national ban, they'll have nowhere to turn.
Bernie Moreno supports a national abortion ban, and he has said he is 100% against abortion with no exceptions. And if Moreno's in the Senate, he could be the deciding vote to pass a national abortion ban.
Last year, we voted to protect abortion in Ohio. Now, Bernie Moreno wants to get rid of that completely. It's simple. I don't trust Bernie Moreno to do what's right for my family. He should never be Ohio's senator.
Your Community PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising, paid for by Your Community PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Learn more at yourcommunitypac.org.
Gambling too much? I'm Abdullah Mahmood, problem gambling counselor at Mary Haven, where we offer in-person, virtual, and group options. We're here for you no matter what, and that's a bet you can actually count on this football season. Go to maryhaven.com today.
Get your game room game day ready with Billiards Plus. Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, and games the whole family will enjoy. Now's the time to get your name on a pool table before the holiday rush. Plus top-of-the-line grills still in stock. Shop Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Saturday is game day on The Fan.
Sponsored by Reichert Ford.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. The fine host of the Buckeye Show, your friend and mine, Timmy Hall.
Oh, you guys. Happy Wildcard.
We have a prize to give away, a $50 gift card to Pecan Pennies. Pecan Pennies, your downtown home for barbecue, happy hour, and soccer. Bone, who's going to get the prize today?
Jared is going to get it, who says, my guys, if you could create one political ad bashing your co-host, who would narrate it and what bad things would you say about them? I love this idea.
Nice, I like it. First of all, I'd narrate it myself, just in a different voice.
Same, I would do the same.
What would you say about me?
Common man lives in a gated community.
I don't, but I aspire to.
He doesn't even know what bread costs.
Calls himself the common man. Couldn't be further from the truth.
Right. I think I would start there.
I like that.
I would go with...
Right?
T-Bone looks like a skinhead because he is a skinhead.
He tries to pretend that he likes soccer and progressive things. but it couldn't be further from the truth.
He's using pronouns right now.
T-Bone went to Alabama.
We could
Not
actually...
for reasons that you think.
We could actually do one, too, that's just... Again, this is how all these political ads work. We could come in with... Common man regularly uses the transgender bathroom in our office. Because we have a bathroom that has anyone can use it. It's
we
man.
Do?
Yeah, we do. It's right there.
It's an M/F.
There's anybody can go in that. It's a single stall. It's technically it's a gender fluid bathroom.
Come
right
as you
there.
are.
Yeah, anybody's using that. Men and women using it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Pat uses it.
I'm just saying it's true. But it's also not telling the whole story, which is exactly what these political ads love to do.
T-Bone pisses on the toilet seat.
Oh, no, that one probably is true.
I doesn't wipe it up.
No, I do. I clean. If there's a mess, it's cleaned. It's always cleaned.
That's a good one.
I think we shouldn't do them. Timmy should do them for us. Because he knows the both of us more than anybody else.
That's right. Yeah, you could do that.
So you should make the political spots.
Do we want to do this for real?
I think we can make these. We can make these happen.
You give me a deadline.
Well,
I'll have some
tomorrow
propaganda.
morning by 6 a.m.
There you go. Get it done.
You know what? Change my mind. Don't want to do them.
Timmy Hall changes his mind when his friends need him.
Timmy Hall is a flip-flopper. Says he'll do something, then changes his mind.
Who won that?
Jared.
Good job, Jared.
That's good.
Timmy, what's coming up on the Buckeye Show tonight?
Well, we've got another show to prepare for Oregon Week. It's DeVere Day. It's Wednesday, so another duck killer. Both of my regular Buckeye Show co-hosts, Tyvis and DeVere, they both had successful stints against the Oregon Ducks. So we'll get his memories on that game and playing in big-time college football environments, and we'll keep getting ready for the Buckeyes at the Ducks.
I was thinking about the, by the way, Guardians lost. But you know what? I'm told every single time I talk about them, it's not positive enough. So they almost scored a run today against the Tigers. However, they didn't. They lose 3-0. They are one game away from elimination.
They had how many runners on base? I'm sure it was at least half a dozen that they left stranded in this game. Couldn't have made a move at the deadline, though.
Nah, be quiet. That's negative. Be quiet. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. We're talking about the hurricane in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You're from the South.
Stop.
What? You are.
I'm from the South.
Did you not grow up in Virginia and live in North Carolina? I hate to break it to you, buddy.
That's the South.
That's the South, homie.
Go do some research. Go do some history.
The deep South.
Timmy, I'm telling you, you lived in the South.
Okay, continue.
I was going to ask, did you have to deal with a hurricane when you were a youngin'?
I never had to deal with
Never had to deal with it?
Never had to deal with a hurricane.
Okay.
No, never experienced that. I don't know what that's like and what those folks are going through, especially the Asheville devastation sucks. Love that town. I had my bachelor party in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, right, yeah.
And that was a fun time, so that sucks, but I don't know what that's like. No.
All right.
Great question.
So, how about those hurricanes?
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
I mean, if you want to call the capital of the Confederacy the South, I guess I grew up in the South, but whatever.
Good times.
Virginia, North Carolina. That's not the South.
Do you halfway serious question. Do we think the Carolina Hurricanes are like, you know what? We're not going to do a ton of marketing this year
we should
in
change
the
our
state of
name.
Carolina. We're just going to lay low. We're just going to stick with Canes.
We'll just be the Hartford Whalers again.
We're named after the chicken place. Canes. We're just the Carolina Canes. That's all we are today.
The Carolina Raisins.
Yeah, the Raisin Canes. That's all. Absolutely. Apparently, some people in Hollywood are frustrated that Martin Scorsese, who I will remind you is 81 years old, and still obviously making plenty of movies. He just made that Killers of the Flower Moon adaptation with Leonardo DiCaprio last year before, whenever that came out. He wants to apparently make a biopic of singer and actor Frank Sinatra.
Nice.
But apparently it is said to be a violent movie that he wants to make. Like, I guess it would have something to do. Now, again, I'm adding 2 and 2 together here. Maybe something to do with the alleged mob ties that obviously Frank Sinatra had for many years. Maybe there's some involvement there. I don't know. Anyway, this movie, they've said, has been shelved because they can't find financing for it right now, but he still wants to make it. I don't like it when they put stories out there like that in the news that make me want to see something, because I would actually go see that. And then they tell you, not really not making it, it probably won't ever happen.
You know what I don't understand?
Why even let me know?
I don't understand Hollywood. Like, if Martin Scorsese can't find funding for a movie, is there hope for anyone?
No. It's
they wouldn't give him an Academy Award until when? I mean, it was a long. I think it was The Departed.
Oh, yeah,
good movie.
Yeah,
it was a good movie.
Good movie.
Yes. Who's gonna
completely overrated movie?
Oh my God, Bodie lives.
Bodie. Yes, Bodie.
Bodie lives.
Yes, Bodie.
Bodie Wells
I've been
doesn't
sleeping
watch
the whole
movies.
show. No, he does. He watched that. Hated it.
Unbelievable. No, I don't even believe him.
It's like Tyvis Powell saying that pizza's overrated.
Oh,
the thing that he just
and I
dropped on me today.
We were talking about that today in the office. I didn't want to bring this up.
We're going
without him being here
to
to defend himself
tomorrow.
Tomorrow he'll be here.
And we'll get into it with him.
We're gonna get into this because he's.
He was ranting about it today like it's overrated.
Jen thinks bacon sucks.
Tyvis won't be here tomorrow. He will be remote with Timmy.
Oh, see,
at a pizza place. The very pizza he was returning.
There you go.
Well, that's right. You're doing the show outside tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tell people where they can see it.
We're going to be at Cardo's Pizza and Tavern in Pickerington.
Stop on by.
Yeah.
And shove some pizza in Tyvis's face.
Yummy.
See you
tell
tomorrow.
him how it's not overrated.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to hit a 25-minute delay due to an accident that's on the right shoulder of northbound 71 on the north side after Cook Road. It is moving slow from I-70. And we've got stop-and-go traffic causing a 10-minute delay on westbound 161 from Kitzmiller Road to Hamilton Road. And there's a 5-minute delay on eastbound 670 from Neal Avenue to 5th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil change anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100. Your updated Super Bowl odds: Kansas City Chiefs the favorite at 5-1. Then the San Francisco 49ers 7-1. Ravens plus 750. Three-way tie for the fourth best odds: Texans, Lions, and Bills all 11-1. For your Prime Sports Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Your small business can save big with the SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com. That's 844-MEDOhio.com. Anthem's SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com.
Listen to Sherrod Brown. When he wanted your vote.
On major issues, I'll stand up to the president of my own party.
But Sherrod Brown doesn't stand up to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. He votes with them 97% of the time. Brown supported Biden and Harris on radical issues like amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants. Brown voted to give nearly $1 billion in COVID stimulus checks to convicted criminals in prison, even the Boston Marathon bomber. And Brown voted to give taxpayer-funded health care to illegals who get amnesty. and Social Security benefits too. So the next time Sherrod Brown tells you,
I'll stand up to the president of my own party.
Ignore it, because 31 years in Washington has changed Sherrod Brown. He's not for us anymore, and he's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.americancrossroads.org.
Tire Discounters announces our latest breakthrough, TD Chat BS. This software allows us to detect untruths, deceptions, and even outright lies. Let's listen in as we call a local car dealer.
Hi, I drive your model of auto or truck. I need servicing.
Oh, that's great. You should always call the dealer for service to make sure your warranty stays intact.
Untruth.
Excuse me?
I can attend at Tire Discounters for all services, even for all manufacturers' scheduled maintenance. Warranty not affected.
But it's only us dealers who really know our own models.
Deception. Tire Discounters technicians are certified experts for all makes and models.
Okay, maybe.
How many dollars do you charge me for? As few as Tire Discounters?
We are not that much more.
Outright lie. Ending call now. Bye.
No,
Adios. Aloha. Hasta la pasta.
Right now, save up to $250 on Cooper tires, and Shocks and Struts are buy 3, get 1 free.
Oh, what?
Would you please just call the Waterworks?
At the Waterworks, we mean clean. Better care, better value, better results.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The fall holiday weekend is just around the corner. It's the perfect time to dare to compare at Bob's Discount Furniture. You've seen the action. You've felt the suspense. You've saved hundreds, even thousands of dollars on highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more. America loves it so much that Bob's is opening 2 new stores on October 11th, just in time for the holiday weekend. See how much you can save when you dare to compare.